Welcome to the second episode of the Total Respect Show. Today I'm being joined by Murphy man Julian Davies, otherwise known as Juggy. Basically, Julian has done it all. He's been a bodybuilder, a boxer, he's bought 3 books out, and as you all know, he's one half of the Juggy and Shirl show. So he's on his way, so stay tuned, and I hope you all enjoy the interview. Right, thanks for coming on today, Jug. If you'd like to tell people your real name first, and where did it all begin for you? Where was you born?
It's Julian Davies, and I'm born in Merthyr.
Where in Merthyr was you born then?
Well, where I was born, I don't know, but where I actually lived was under the police station. The street where I lived.
Was you quiet as a kid? Shy?
Very quiet.
Very quiet. Were you ever bullied at all in school?
Everyone was bullied in the girls. No, in the infant school. And no, I wasn't really bullied, no. Not up until 16 sort of thing, like, you know what I mean, you start...
So what age did you move from town by the police station to the Gurnas then?
Oh, 5, 6, no, hang on. Oh, 7 years old, I think. I'll tell you a funny story I done.
Yeah, go on.
I got, we'd all moved and stuff like that. My father had a little mini car, and I got in the back seat, and you heard a big cracking noise.
Right.
And I'd sat on, in those days in the fridge, you'd have a piece of plastic would go in, there's a shelf.
Yeah.
Like a strong colour.
I know.
I broke it off, smashed it. Do you know what? He never forgive me for that, as a kid.
Your father?
Yeah. I smashed it in half, sat in it.
So you was in the Gurnas from 5 then. Was you getting bullied in the Gurnas? Or, like you said, just...
I can't really remember how old I was, to tell the truth. I think it's about 7, to tell the truth, so. No, not bullied. I was quiet. I didn't bother with many people as a kid.
So you can remember much up until you were 16
No,
in the Gurnas?
You were good kids.
Good
Never
kids.
got in much trouble or anything, like.
Was that you and your brother Stuart?
Yeah, me mother Stuart, yeah.
You ever get into trouble, you and him?
Not as kids, no.
No?
We were good kids. I didn't bother with many people. I was quiet. As I got older, my brother would be off with his friends, and I wouldn't be with him. So I was either on a bike, or I was in the house drawing or something like that, you know, reading. I was a quiet kid.
So, when you were 16 then, you left school. What school was you in, Pendra?
Pendra.
And,
Believe it or not.
how did you find Pendra?
Believe it or not, I left school when I was 15.
15. Didn't do your final exams?
No, they signed us off to finish.
Right.
And I was signed off to school a week before my 16th birthday.
Alright. So you didn't do no final exams?
No, God no.
No. So what did you do after leaving school then?
I went to pipe fitting firms. A pipe fitting firm first. And I didn't like it there. They were very nice people. And you know, the crack was, you know, let's bully the guy, the youngster, like, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. So what I done for years, I would say for years, for the 6 or 7 months I was with them, I used to make up tea and I used to pissinate tea on.
Alright.
So they drunk it for years. I hope they watch it now, because they come and look for me, they don't know. No, but I used to pissinate tea on.
Well, you got to get some revenge.
I hate to say it, because I'm not a pig, like, but I used to blow my nose at it.
Yeah.
Right? And I used to sit there and watch them all drinking it.
That's karma, isn't it?
Yeah. I was only a kid I was, like.
At 17 then, you end up in Borstal. How did that come about?
Same at Borstal. Oh, a friend of mine, he wanted to go into, break into a pub. So I got in the back of the pub, but I wasn't 17, I was about 19 I was, to tell the truth.
In Borstal?
Yeah.
Is that?
Whatever it was, something like that. He wasn't 17 I think, you know.
What Borstal you end up in?
Oh God, don't know, you asking me now? I don't know the name of it.
In Wales, obviously, yeah.
I was in Usk detention centre. Anyway, we broke in the back of a pub.
Right.
And it was a bit stupid, bastards, like, because we went to another pub the week after then, and that was being closed for decorating. So we got in through the side window of the toilets, went round there, and we opened a machine of some sort of space evading thing or something.
Yeah.
And as I pulled the metal back like that, and my friend Steve put his hand in, I left both the metal, and he took his fingers off.
What?
So he said to me, get me a bar towel or something to go over the blood. Blood was everywhere. So
Yeah.
all everywhere. So I went to the bar and I opened the bar hatch, and as I opened it, the alarm went off.
Oh
So
shit.
we had to run. So we had to run in with a bin like that, full of 10 pence and 50.
So how did you find you
10
get
pence
caught
coins.
by the police?
They seen us running away.
Yeah.
And a girl, I know the girl, she told the police who it was. And I deserved it because I'm not a thief.
So how long,
How
long was you in Borstal for?
A couple months.
Couple of months. Any fights or something, anything in there?
No. Me think.
Did you smash some boys' eye in?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't there. I wasn't. That was in. That was Guys Marsh. I can't remember the names of half of them, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
But they went up in England. Yeah, I'll tell you that story. Go on.
Yeah, go on.
I was in the gardens. We were working in the gardens. Used to be an old American army base. I can't remember the name of the place. Dorset it was.
Right.
It was in Dorset. And this guy was, I'm going to go, his name was Norman. Surname was Norman, you know.
Yeah.
So we were on the garden, so we arranged him to go in the garden shed, just me and him, and fight.
Right.
Now, he was a big lad compared to me. And a boy called Tuckfield then, he stood by the door outside to make sure no one comes in.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and we had, it was a high roof in the garden shed. And there's an alcove, and in the alcove were these high shelves, right up, 3 of them, and they weren't fastened to the wall. Yeah. So they were like, this far apart.
Right.
And all the way up was steel toe cap boots.
Right.
So I hit Norman.
Yeah.
Dazed him, but he went back, and he landed, and the one cupboard came forward, and the other cupboard came like that. Yeah. He was buried under about 400 pairs of shoes. So all I could see was his feet sticking, well, I think it was his feet, but his feet were sticking out. So when I get Tuckfield, I said, Tuckfield, he's buried alive. And Tuckfield said, what are you on about? I said, he's buried alive. He said, "You're stupid." I said, "Come look at this." So he's unconscious, so I drag him out, wake him up, and go back gardening. He had a big massive black eye. Gardening.
Did Borstal teach you anything? Like you see some people, they go to prison and they don't learn their lessons.
Don't get in trouble, no steal.
Yeah. But, so you ended up with your missus then, moving, you met your missus, Fiona, you ended up moving into Orphan Avenue. I remember you telling me a story once, so when 2 men broke into a garage. Can you remember what happened there?
Yeah, I had 2 friends, and they're not fighters, but they think they are, like. And they broke into my garage, stole some stuff out. Some stuff.
Right.
And, I thought, if I go and hit them...
What, you friends?
They were friends of mine.
Right.
Scum.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time. And they're like, they piss heads now, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, if I go and hit them now, what's going to happen? I'll have this every week when you go out and stuff like that. You're out drinking then, aren't you? Mm. And so I done. To get them back over the years, I had, like with a 4-year gap, I managed to get the 2 of them back. And to this day, they don't know what I done. I done something bad to one, and I done something bad to the other one. And I feel good for it, they don't know, but I just felt good for it. Now, I'd beat lumps of them, but you know what I mean?
Calmer again, isn't it? So, you just answered this just now. What was the first bit of trouble you got into? Can you remember? Was it the Borstal thing?
I just got my friend Tyrone.
Right.
And we were working in the estate. As we were all walking together, a little group of us. And Tyrone said, "Look, there's that guy there who wants to fight me." And the guy was like 2 or 3 years older than him. And the guy had like 3 or 4 of his friends with him.
Yeah.
So the guy came up to see Tyrone, and I picked half sandbreak up. And my exact words were, well, more or less my exact words were, the first one touched him, I'm going to smash his skull in.
Yeah. And did you?
I didn't have to.
Didn't?
That was the years I got the trouble, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what jobs, when you come out of Borstal then, how old was you then? About 19 you said. So what job did you do then?
I worked for a building firm. And I was a cracking job, I was like.
Was that Tranter's building firm?
No, it was Bedford and I'm saying, yeah, building. He's a really good guy, like. I like working for him.
You ended up then on a government scheme doing masonry, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and you had a big fallout with a man in there, didn't you?
Yeah, he was beating the guy up, so I went for him. That's when I started making an effect on, having an effect on certain people. Like I launched him.
Yeah.
Launched him through the air, took him around a corner to do it again.
Yeah.
And he said to me, listen, he said, he's 2 years older than me, and he's supposed to be a bit of a name, like.
Yeah.
And he said, listen, he said, if any more trouble here now, he said, because I know friends, I got really big hard friends.
Yeah.
We will come and get you. I said, well, I better do you again, right?
Was that your first interest in fighting, would you say?
That's first interest in one, yeah.
Do you know why you had any interest in fighting? Was it showed you from your father? Was it anything? Nothing.
No, I was.
You can't.
What it was like.
Show boxing when he was growing up.
I was quite etsy.
Right.
So when I started coming out of my shell, I started, noticing things with people, that people bullies,
Yeah.
thieves, scumbags, liars.
Also on Nacro, didn't you have an electric shock with a cement mixer?
Oh, I had a friend. What was his name? Oh, anyway, we work in Abercanet, no church in Abercanet.
Yeah.
Pouring down the rain. So I went to the shop to get some grub because the boss wasn't there. Get some, whatever.
Yeah.
For myself, like. And when I came back, my mate had his foot on the cement mixer,
Yeah.
which was going in the rain, right? And he was shaking like a fool. Real
Alright.
bad shaking.
Yeah.
It was obviously electric shock, innit? Right?
Yeah.
I was going to kill him. So I looked round, got a piece of wood. It might have been a rake or something, but I had something like a piece of wood anyway.
Yeah.
So I run up to him and I smashed him across the chest, and he went flying, lying in the mud.
Yeah.
And I realised because he jumped up, started calling me rotten. So I said, I saved your life.
I was just going to say you did. Exactly.
I know I saved his life, you wouldn't have expected.
Yeah.
He said, no, I was trying to get my welly off. I just torn my welly, so I put my hand on the cement mixer, I started shaking, I got the welly off, and he went me round the wood. I don't think he's taught me since.
Don't blame him, I. Did you smoke drinking much in the town then? You get into any fights?
I did, but not as much as other people.
Yeah.
I can drink beer all day, like. I don't know why.
But obviously you're never started, like I know.
Never started trouble in my life.
I mean, you was the one against the bullies, but I remember you telling me once you had a fight outside the Burnie Inn.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, some guys were getting picked on as I walked into the Burnie Inn. And the guy who picked him was twice my freaking size. He said, well, you want trouble, you Jug? Basically. And I said, he's a friend of mine. For no reason, he said that I would show off. I said, come on then.
Yeah.
So we walked a bit, well, quite a bit actually, to go somewhere safe. We went up the old tram road.
Alright, yeah, I know.
He actually bought a bag of chips on the way. So I was standing there waiting to finish his chips. I took my top off. It was freezing cold.
Yeah.
His friend came along and he said, no, I don't need help, Bill. He said, I'll be alright. He threw his bag of chips on the floor dramatically, and then I laid him out. No, not bad for a guy who was only small.
Do you remember any other fights?
Yeah, I can remember one. I can remember a relative was getting picked on in a big club.
Yeah.
So I went up a couple of hours later, and I took him outside, and he's a well-known name as a fighter.
Yeah.
So I took him outside. He went for me, and I knocked him out cold. Lucky again.
Another one again.
Yeah. I was working with my mate. I won't say where I was working or his name, but some of my friends know the story. And we argued in a factory. I said something, and it was out of order what I said, but it was a joke, and it really was a joke with him, right?
Yeah.
So we went into the car park with the club, because I was taking him home in the car, and he said to me, he argued with me.
Yeah.
And I said, I thought he said, let's get out now.
Right.
What he said was, let me out now.
Oh,
He's going to walk on the rest of the way.
Right.
So, stupid as I was, I ran down the side of the car, put my fist to the side window, and how do I manage to do this? I don't know. I managed to jump up on the door, lean back, and have him by the head. And that's almost an impossible thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? And I tried to snap his neck, by pulling his neck back sharp.
Yeah.
I tried to snap his neck. I don't know why I done it. It's a stupid thing to do. But I did try to snap his neck, but then he got out and he walked off. And
we were known to having a bit of a temper any time, so...
good temper.
Do you know where that come from, that temper?
Anyway, it's just me.
Just in you, right?
Maybe.
Right, living up the Gurners, you got involved in a few fights, including one fight where you got hit with a lump of wood.
Oh God, didn't I ask? Fair. Well, then mine got beaten up. No, roughed up. No, I don't think he beaten up, just roughed up a bit, like.
Yeah.
It was Christmas. It might have been Christmas Day or Boxing Day. Late at night, about 11 o'clock at night. Knocked my door, so I went with him over the new estate. And there was a guy in it. He was really silhouetted, he was. Standing there, top off, and a lump of wood like this.
Yeah.
So I walked up towards him, but I was walking up the grass and it was soaking wet.
Right.
So, like, you know, like a bit swampy, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, Juggy said, if you come near me, I'm gonna knock you out. Because he had a lump of wood.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, no, he's not gonna do it. Oh God, was I wrong? He hit me on a lump of wood, crossed my forehead there. Oh, I had a bruise on it for freaking months. So I went down the floor.
Right.
I got up and I rushed him with my legs, lifted him onto the concrete, up in the air. A pair of us actually went up in the air.
Right.
I came down on top of him, and all the air went out his lungs, and he said, I don't want to fight. So I took the wood off him, and when I took it, I realised where my hand was, where his hand was, it was a nail.
Right.
So I turned the wood round, and I started trying to pepper him with a nail.
With the nail?
With it, yeah. I don't hit him in the eyes or anything, he just, my head's gone.
Yeah.
So I was hitting him like that. A relative of his came down, and he talked us up me, and his relative had 2 knives in his hand and 2 knives in our hand, which is a weird situation, but there we are.
Yeah.
So...
Did you get involved?
Yeah, I broke his arm.
With the wood?
I swung the wood round,
Yeah.
and his arm broke, and the bone in his arm went up like that. All the skin went tight, like it was like a ready tin, I think, if I remember rightly. And he was sticking up like that. I regret doing that to him. He's a nice guy, he was, but the other one, he deserved what he done, what he had, like.
Yeah. Like, growing up like Gurness, I always remember
that. Hang on.
Sorry, go on.
And he went out a couple of days later, 10 every end, right? Yeah. But we beat me up. I thought, I'm being beaten up.
Yeah.
So I could have carried that fight on, but it wasn't my fight, really.
Yeah, it was sorted, wasn't it? Growing up in the Gurness, I always remember the name Juggy Tank. I remember the first time I ever seen you, I come into the local fish shop, and I don't know if you remember me as just a kid. No,
did I beat you up?
No, you was there, you were standing in the fish shop, you were in black, you had black leather gloves on, but if I remember right, you tell me, you was bouncing or guarding the shops?
Yeah.
You shops and fish shop? What was that about? How'd that come about then?
I was on sick from work, and I was still getting paid.
Yeah.
So I started, this one shop said young trouble every night, would I watch it? So I stand outside the door, or in the fish shop eating chips. So I stand by the door. But then, do you know what? It wasn't the fish shop I watched first. It was the other shop.
Yeah, because you done the food, didn't you, up there?
Yeah, it was the other shop, actually.
Yeah.
Like a supermarket.
So shop
right? So I was doing the shop for him, and the fish shop was getting free bounce in.
Yeah.
So I was there, if you know what I mean, right? Because it's in between 2 shops.
Yeah.
So turns out one of the kids I knew went round the back of the shop, took a big stone, hit a metal door, and he tried smashing the door down. Right?
Right.
So they asked me to bounce as well, so I was getting paid twice then.
So how did you get the nickname Juggy Tank?
I got into a fight, right? I got into a fight, and a friend of mine, Mike, who I didn't know at the time, he said, stop fighting. He said, stop fighting. He said, stop. Well, how stupid, really. Like, if you remember the Rocky film,
yeah,
I was copying the Rocky film, I was, right? So I said to him, I said, I'm a tank. Yeah. And he said, you can't fight, yeah. I said, I'm a tank.
And it's like...
No, he said to me, no, listen now, Frank, we don't need trouble, he said. I said, so that's that.
I always got told it was because you ran over the top of a car, but there was one incident, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So what happened there?
You want that story as well, yeah?
Yeah, don't have to say no names, please.
I was working by a pub, and a guy came, so I shouted at me because I slapped his brother. Hell of a nice, his brother was, well, both of them, I liked the pair of them, but this is what happened. And so he came looking for me, shouting and screaming, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. So I watched him. I could hear this, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I seen him walking away. Called him. He came towards me, shouting what he's going to do. He's going to do this, he's going to do it. It was late at night. He's going to do this, he's going to do that. And as he got too close, and he wanted to be friends, then, so I think it was too late.
Yeah.
This is the truth. This is what happened there.
Yeah.
He walked towards me. He got close to me, and then he was upside down on the floor.
Right.
Face down, sorry, on the floor.
Yeah.
And I smashed all his teeth through his mouth. But the thing was, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Black out. Like... No, it was a strange one. I've never. Yeah. First of all, he's coming towards me, and next thing I picked my hands up, and then he's on the floor. But I swear I do not remember throwing a punch. So I went back, and he said, yeah, he's a nice guy, I like him, like. I went back, he turned up in the car then. He said, look, I'm going down the police with this. So I hit him again.
Yeah.
He started revving his car up, I jumped in the bonnet, and I thought, I don't know why, I was going to try and smash the windscreen like an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, as the car, he put his foot down the car and shot off like hell. And all these people then came out the fish shop, was watching. And I was on the bonnet, like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And one of the guys in the fish shop, I remember shouting, no, he wasn't a fish shop, it was a rugby club. He shouted, he said, group of them came out. He said, look at that, he said. Look at that guy, look at that.
Yeah.
And I looked so good. Right up, you know, like,
surfing on top of the car, like.
And this guy put his foot on the brake.
All
And I
right.
shot off, the same shit like that, like Spider-Man, I shot off through the air. And I landed like that on my feet, perfectly. Perfect.
Shit.
On my feet like that.
Yeah.
And the guy said, did you see that? Did you see that guy?
Yeah.
I took one step forward, and I tripped over a little stone like a landed flat on my face. I remember that.
You had another fight out at the betting shop, didn't you?
What's the fight? Yeah.
My name, surname. We won't name
Oh, I
names.
know his name,
Yeah.
Johnson, you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're in the betting office, and it's the girl I know.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh God, I need to sort this out now. So I asked him outside, came outside with me.
Yeah.
I said, you know you done that the other night? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, she deserved it. I said, I knocked you out. He said, oh, you not knocked me out, so I knocked him out. Knocked him out cold. Weird thing was, when he was standing there, he was still standing there, leaning against the wall.
Yeah.
And he started rocking, I guess. I was just looking at him, he was out cold.
Gone.
And then all of a sudden he fell, but I caught him before he fell, and I carried him home by his belt.
Thanks to her.
That was nice. And do you know the worst thing is? The worst thing of all?
Right.
The girl turned out to be a right bitch now, slag.
So is
After years later. Horrible cow.
I remember that time you told me it was when you was living in a Gurner, someone tried burgling a house with a knife. So, do you remember what happened there?
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard banging and that, so I went out. There was a guy burgling, somebody out trying to get... It was a daytime hours. It was a sunny day. I heard noises, went out. And I looked up the road and there was a guy trying to break into...
Yeah.
No, he's checking all the houses he was. Opening the front door, trying to open the front doors and that. Went around a corner, I ran up after him. And there was all, he was trying his window, a knife, a big freaking knife like that. Trying the window. And I looked up, because I stand behind him now by now. I looked up and there's all these little girls in the window upstairs. About 3 girls looking out like that.
Yeah.
I think the mother had gone to the shops and he left alone. So I said, oh yeah, I said, Stephen his name was. I said, Steve, I said, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He turned round, he said, oh, nothing, Jug.
Yeah.
I said, what's behind your back? He said, when I kissed, he went, only a knife. So I hit him, bang, knocked him out again.
Gone.
Lucky punches.
Good
Special.
Yeah.
Knocked him out. And as he hit the floor, his head split right open.
All right.
So there's a boxer lived by, so I went and seen him. I said, look, I think I've killed this guy here.
Yeah.
Will you please go and check on him for me?
Yeah.
And he waved to me to say he's still alive, sort of thing. And then he took him to the hospital. And the doctor said, the doctor, when I gets his hand, he put 4 fingers under his scalp. I was sort of lucky I was, that.
Very lucky.
I don't blame you.
Huh?
I don't blame you.
You didn't know me, yeah.
I'd have found him.
Once in the Gurners, there was 2 attempted rapes.
Scumbag.
And you was involved in them somehow, or catching them.
I was involved with the first. I'll tell you what happened. It's more than just rape, there's a flashing as well.
Cousins, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
go on.
don't go too. I don't say the names.
Don't say the names, but...
Right, I came on my house to go to my gran. My gran lived just up the road in a place called Crabapple.
Yeah.
It was dark, so you heard a girl scream by a tavern on this little patch of grass. I heard her scream, and I actually thought to myself, oh, it's just kids playing. But for some reason, I ran towards it. I've never worked out why I would run towards it when I thought it was just kids screaming.
Yeah.
There's a guy on top of this girl.
Right.
So I went to grab him, he shot off. God, he's gone. I said to the girl, I said, get home. I said, my name's Juggy, get home.
Yeah.
And tell your parents, and I'm going to sort it out now, I said. So I ran after him to by the youth club, and I picked one of the boys up for a tavern, youngster. And he says, he's gone, Jug, he's gone. So right, because it was getting dark, well, it was dark, I had the street lights at the bottom, so what I done, I bent over right down.
Yeah.
All I could see on the field, without football, we were playing football and that in school. There's a guy walk with Dr. Martens on, trying to get to the swampy area. You could see, I could silhouette, I bent down, and there he was. So I caught him behind the car, behind his car, dragged him down to the police station, chucked him in. Yeah. So they sorted him out, and then I just skipped a couple of years. I was down in Hawthorne Avenue, and I heard a girl scream in the lane, not far from my house. So I got out, just early hours of the morning, I got out, went to the end of the lane. There were dogs barking everywhere, at top in Gurnas. They were barking everywhere, just go mad. And all of a sudden, all the dogs stopped at the same time. It was like strange. And then I couldn't hear him or her, so I thought that's nothing. And it turned out he'd raped a friend of mine's best friend. He had raped her and they caught him. And all his friends stuck up for him in the court thinking that, oh, he's not guilty of this, he's not guilty. And then he's guilty. But there's another part of the story. My missus then, she went to work, and she comes back later on day and she said, you're not going to believe what happened to me. I said, what? She was walking down the lane to work, she said. There was a guy in the bushes stark naked. I said, shut up, you know, stupid cow. And she said, no, I'm serious. And Fiona's quite straight. She just doesn't mess with anybody. She tells you something is true, like that. I said, all right. So I said, I'll come down with you tomorrow. She said, no, you don't have to. I said, I'll come down with you tomorrow. No, I know what happened. I told her, don't go down that lane. You can't go down that lane, it's going to be kisses there again, right?
What lane was that then? Goitre Lane?
Goitre Lane, the short one. By
Red Lane.
So she said, well, no, next came home, she said, not going to believe this. I said, well, what happened now? The cat by aliens or something. She said, no, she said, I was going downtown. I was a little bit late. Well, I seen two girls going down the lane, two women going down the lane in front of me. So I thought, oh, it's got to be safe with the two women there. So I went down behind these two women. Got halfway down, she said, you do whistle. Look, same guy in the bushes, start naked. So I, next morning I said, all right, come on, come down now. Here we go again. So I came down. I let her walk.
So this is in daylight you've seen him?
Yeah. All right, she's going to work in the morning. So she goes down the lane and using his bait. So she comes back. She says to me, I can't see him, she said. I don't think he's there. I said, oh God. She goes, but all his clothes up there. And there was all his clothes folded by his low wall. All his clothes folded. So me like a dickhead. I said, so hang on here, I says. And I shouted into the bushes. Oh, I can't believe I shouted. Because the old area was cut off by the fences, the houses. And there's this wall in the front. Small wall. And I shouted in like a dickhead, I shouted, right, you thought you had fun? We'd like catch all of you. And I said something like Juggy's coming to get you, or something stupid like that, you know. So now she told me he's about 14 stone. So I'm going through all the bushes looking at him. And this guy, by that wall, where his clothes were, this guy, you know, lying bent over like he's crouched up, stark naked, proper stark naked. I said, oh, you're in trouble now, mate, now. So I jumped at him. Now he's 14 stone.
Naked. Go on.
Not the best time for me, I think. And I had him back of the head, tried to strangle him. And he got up. He's twice my size. He's about 6 foot odd. And about 4 stone heavier. I was 6, no, whatever. So I got his. He was running the bushes, me on his back. Naked. So you didn't go far. So I got his head and I guided him back towards the wall. But his back of his neck.
I've just seen it in my head now.
It's
a funny picture.
Like, it gets worse.
Go on.
So I guided him down to the floor. I got him like that. Now I've hit him a couple of times. It's nothing much. And he's screaming, no, I was doing it for. He said, I was doing it for my girlfriend. I said, you've been doing it for my missus for the last couple of days. So he said, my neck's hurting. I said, all right. And there's a flat stone. So I put his head, I moved his head. I said, is that better for you, mate? He said, oh, thank you. And I started smashing his head against the rock. So as I got him, I guess, now he's naked. Behind the wall now, this old man, he's looking at his folded, nice pair of jeans, shirt, pair of shoes, socks, pants. This old guy's walking his dog and he starts looking at him, and I guess, where's he come from? All nicely folded. So he looks at me, And he can only see the top half of me. From where up.
Yeah.
And I say, alright mate, alright, how you doing like? And the guy says, alright. I said, listen, don't touch them clothes. And wait till the police come. I'm sitting on a fat naked pervert.
Yeah.
And the guy marched off. And I keep thinking to myself, right? And the guy still sees me now and again.
Yeah.
And tells his wife, that's the guy who's on top of a naked pervert. And then,
Yeah.
so anyway, the coppers come.
Yeah.
I told Mrs. go off. She went, coppers come. And this copper came up to the wall. Yeah. He said, right, Juggy there. I said, right, how you doing? I was just sitting on top of this guy like this.
Yeah.
He said, how's things? You still training? I said, yeah, still going. How's your man? Oh, he's alright. He said, oh, you had a funny story of somebody who's down the lane. I said, no. I know, I said, I'm sitting on him. He's naked. And he laughed. And he looked over the wall and they were just naked. So they got him. Shit. Yeah. They got him like, Anyway, the part I never told her the story.
Yeah, go on.
A couple of years later, I was doing Graham. My mate Graham's, I was best man of all people to pick. Me.
Yeah.
So I get up. First thing is, in the best man,
yeah,
the girl had put my wine glass on top of my speech, which I wrote.
Right.
Right? And the speech was in felt pen.
All right.
So when I took the glass off, I had a blue ring, no speech, just a blue ring.
All right.
It was about a couple of 100 odd people all staring at me. And I thought, I couldn't remember the word in my speech. Right?
Oh, God. Yeah.
So I thought, I was a panic there. And I looked up the top of the balcony.
Yeah.
And there was the naked pervert on the video camera. He was the guy who filmed the
No
videos
way.
for him. Yeah. And so imagine me trying to make a speech now.
Yeah.
So I said to Graham, I said, Graham, I got no speech for you.
Yeah.
I whispered you, and Graham was
you didn't. I guess you were still going.
And Graham Davies, Graham's actual words were, you know, mate.
Yeah.
Stuck in it like that.
Yeah. I was going to say, and you didn't say the story about him.
Oh God, no.
Right, so you ended up getting a bouncing
Anyway,
job.
oh sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Remember that first guy I caught raping?
Yeah.
Who, the second rape he done, I heard him rape doing it. That was his cousin.
Yeah, the cousins.
His first cousins, and I found that strange.
You then ended up with a bouncing job in Dollars nightclub. How did that come about? Any memorable fights?
I can't remember who got me the job here. But I started work, and like I said, I'm still quiet. You're watching bullies all around you, like, you know what I mean? But, you know, we're chucking people out and everything like that. There's two fights that two fights I remember. A girl, June, a guy had grabbed her by the throat, and he's with a lot of guys, they from over, I think it's Ebervale way. And the one guy, he was like the pack leader sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he was tall, he's a big guy. I think he'd done a bit of boxing, he's a big lad, right?
Right.
So he had June by the throat, and he's standing in the middle of these idiots. As they were all sitting down, and he had this June by the throat, threatening her.
Yeah.
So I looked in, the other bouncers were there, no for backup, so I ran in. Started scuffling. One of his mates, as I got in, his mate jumped up. And the worst possible thing, I was right in the centre of them, and they all stood up.
Yeah.
So I hit his mate, got to talk to him. That's the only thing I could think of doing. Because I couldn't drag one out, because they'd all have me. They all started sticking boots into me. Everyone, they all around me just kick boots like before the other bouncers come.
Yeah.
So the guy put his hand at my face, by my eyes, so I grabbed his hand, and I put his thumb in my mouth.
All right.
Right in.
Yeah.
So I bited him like that, and hit him with the other hand, until, strange, I don't know if other people got this experience,
yeah,
but I could see an orange light. That's when you go in or you're out.
Yeah.
Right? So I could see his orange light, and I could hear in the background.
Right.
As people kicking me.
All right.
It was right out cold. Now out anyway.
This is when you're biting the man's finger. You're
on
top of them, yeah.
So I saw other bouncers jumping them. My mate Wayne, who's passed away now. They're all fighting like that. They all helped me,
yeah.
right? I was nice to people, like. So
yeah.
As I woke up, now they stopped kicking me because they're all fighting.
Yeah.
As I woke up, I looked down. The guy was totally gone, unconscious, and his thumb was in my mouth, and I bit his thumb right down to the bone.
Yeah.
Right down to the bone, no, not the flesh, right down. I remember in my mouth.
Did you ever get taken on for that? No.
I didn't get taken on, no.
No.
And so I went to the door. We chucking people out, lad. And it was amazing. I've never seen anything. I don't think I'll ever see anything like this. Right by the door, there's a pile of people this high, all piled on top of each other, unconscious. And there's these people.
Right.
And as I was looking at that, my mate Wayne, who I loved at the time, Wayne, he was going through them all, taking the chains off. He was helping himself to all the gold chains and earrings, taking them off.
Shit.
It was scummy.
Can you remember any other big fights when you was there?
Yeah, the biggest one. I won't mention any names because they murdered people.
Yeah.
But the guy I fought, I was in, a friend of mine, two brothers got beaten up.
Yeah.
So the bouncer with me went to fight them in another club.
Right.
Like, I know, not a disco sort of thing, like, not this wrong discos. So I went over and he was arguing with this big guy, real big lad.
Yeah.
Two brothers were on the bar. My mate John was holding him, actually held him down the bar, which I thought was a good thing because he was trouble. So my mate then was going to argue with this guy, and the guy did a speech. I won't say his name. He said, "You," he said, "you've come in here now and you hit me for no reason at all." He's a big lad, a lot older than me, big, rugby older player. So he said, "Me and you go outside and we'll sort it out." So they went behind the pub in town.
Yeah.
10 seconds later, my mate came out, he'd done him.
Yeah.
I don't know the story, but he'd done him.
Yeah.
So we went back to the club. Next second, we looking through his doors, glass in the doors, on a balcony we were. So next second, my mate said, "Look, they come in," he said, "This guy had gone and got two other people, his brother, who's a big lad, and a boxer, who later became a friend of mine, and his sister became a friend of mine years later."
Yeah.
So this big rugby player, I came through. Well, my mate then wanted to go. He said, "Look, let's get the other bouncer."
Yeah.
And he stepped. So I said, "No, I'm going outside." He said, "You can't go outside." So I opened the door, slammed the door behind me, went outside. Now the big guy, who was actually a good friend of mine at one time, right? He said, "Oh, we come to see the other bouncer." He said, "He got tickets for us." So I said, "Look, there's no tickets."
Yeah.
And the other bouncer just fought you, brother.
Yeah. So you
So the three of them come at me.
Yeah.
And the one end, again, slightly, threw a punch at me. So I laid him. I hit him, bang, down he went.
Gone. Yeah.
I knew I couldn't fight three of them. These are good fighters.
No, no,
right? But one's
a
a big guy.
Yeah.
I expect he's a good fighter. But the other guy was a friend of mine. Was not here no more, actually, poor bugger.
Yeah.
He can handle himself boxing, right?
Yeah.
So I got on top of the one. And I said, I was calling him rotten and hit him at the same time. Because we're in a balcony, there was a concrete wall beside me.
I know, yeah.
And they were one of them or two of them were kicking my head against it. When I was like, yes, bah.
Yeah.
Oh, I could feel myself being kicked against it. And I woke up, again, knocked out, 20 yards, or 30 yards away from where the fight was. And I realised they had kicked me unconscious, right down.
Shit. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, no, it was bad. Went back in the club,
the
boxer, my mate had him by the hair.
Yeah.
And, my mate was up for it, right?
Yeah.
But the boxer was swinging punches, and if he had caught him,
oh yeah.
Because you know the guy yourself, he would have hurt him. I absolutely love the guy, but
I'm sure you become friends with him later on, didn't you?
Yeah, later on. The other guy, the big guy, who the fight was over, he was against the wall, talking to the other bouncer who was the same size as him.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, what's the trouble for?" I guess, "Oh, well, I thought, well, he's fighting with you, buddy, who come to help him."
Yeah.
You leaned against the wall, so I looked, and we got these steps in the club, dollars. The steps go up. And then he was, the one guy who I first fought, coming down the stairs, my buddy, who's twice my size again.
Yeah.
And he had the manager, this good guy.
Yeah.
Not big, and the manager had him by the arm. And he said, "Juggy," he said, "it's all right, no more trouble," he said. "He wants to go out on his own." And he said, "He's a friend of mine." He went, "Juggy, don't trouble. As he got close, he swung a punch on me.
Sly bastard.
Yeah, so I laid him out.
And
do you know what happened?
Aye.
I laid him out cold, flat out on the floor. And I went to check him because he's still a friend of mine. He thinks, I'm a stranger guy.
Yeah.
And two of the other guys came down the stairs and started trying to kick him.
Shit.
And I actually pulled them off him to make sure he was alright. After him kicking me unconscious.
Did he go to hospital when he was knocked out cold?
Yeah, I went up there. He was up there and he went, you don't want to start again. But he didn't. And my neck was killing me. I had a big thing in my neck. A week later, it was Halloween. So I went to the club, and as the people who come to the club, they were going to give me, oh, Jug, good, good. I said, what do you mean? I had two big black eyes like a panda bear.
Yeah.
And people thought I was wearing makeup for Halloween. Black eyes. Just
So you continued to work after that, like you didn't want
just, you know, I actually seen him again.
Yeah.
My friend. And I was still tamping out 3 people, you know. And I wanted to see one of them. At that time I did, anyway, right? And I'm going downtown to get my wages. I was late. And him and his missus had come up to the shop and he's eating a bag of chips. I'm going to the shop or something, he's walking past eating a bag of chips by taxi rank.
Yeah.
So I walked up to him, I said, my mate, I said, come on, you looking for trouble? Yeah, it's right in the street view.
Yeah.
Let's go behind Tesco's now. It's the old Tesco's like in those days. Right. On the end. And he said, oh, no. I said, come on, we'll go behind there and we sort it out. And I thought it was quite fair then, because, you know, seeing what he'd done to me.
Yeah.
And he said, when he gets to me, he said, Juggy, he said, tell me what happened. He said, what happened, Dad?
Yeah, what are those?
Yeah. And he said, I said to him what happened. He went, oh, well.
Yeah.
And he said this, he said something to me, I never heard anybody else say. He said that, oh, don't worry about it, Juggy. He said, he goes to walk off, he goes, see you round like an orange.
Yeah.
That's what I remember him saying.
Yeah.
But I did like him. He's not here now.
You didn't bounce so long, or was it just like an hobby? Because you had a full-time job to do all the time.
I didn't like bouncing.
Yeah. But,
the thing is, I've always had a temper, Tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I keep it hidden, but it's a schizonic. It's not right. Schizonic. I don't know what that means. But it's, I tend to go a bit nuts. I will put something. I've never done it.
You haven't got the frame of head for bouncing, I don't
my
think,
head goes
personally,
completely
but...
nuts. Completely.
Yeah.
And people don't realise that because they always remember the quiet Juggy, you know?
Yeah. Did you have any kids by then?
Yeah.
When you was bouncing?
Yeah. We had the first night bouncing.
Right.
I went in the club. I was standing on the door, and the owner, Guy, he said, "What are you doing here then?" I thought, oh God, what a big mistake. I haven't got a job.
Yeah.
And I said to him, "We told you start." He said, "Yeah, but why are you here?"
Yeah.
I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Why are you here when your missus in hospital just giving birth?"
All right.
So I rushed up the hospital, sat in the car, fell asleep in the corridor. They woke me up and said, "Look, you've got a daughter, Nikki."
Yeah.
And that's it, she's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I went back to the club, believe it or not, and I finished the shift off. And I chucked some guy out as well. And he bit me in the frickin' finger as well, he did.
Murph, I seen it, they like a break biting.
Well, I can't say anything.
But in 1991...
just you know, remember that guy?
Sorry, go on.
That guy who said he had friends, yes, he had friends that would come back and get me and that, like.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I bit him through there.
You had him through the eyes,
right through there. I tried to get his eye out. Stupid.
As you do, innit? But in 1991, you then got into bodybuilding and you entered a few tournaments. How did this come about and why did you finish? But before we have a look at that, before we speak on that, let's have a look at a clip from you in action.
So I entered some bodybuilding show, and I didn't come nowhere, it was too small.
It was an ABBA, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
So I died it down too far, but there was no muscularity. I didn't get up to then years later, and I entered Mr. Wales, the novice section, and me and my wife would see me, you know, oil me up and all that crap. No, she put canning lotion on me, and I said, how good am I looking?
Yeah.
And she said, you're going to win it.
Yeah.
I was that good, I had veins everywhere, muscles, fat. I thought, right, this is going to be the only show I
What weight was you then?
I came down from, say, 18 stone,
Yeah.
down to about just under 14 stone. But say, no, about 13, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can imagine now, we cut the bone.
Yeah.
Absolutely cut the bone.
Well, we just seen that in the video, no me.
I went down the club, yeah, I went down the club. In Cardiff, oh sorry, Barry was there. And I went down there, and before I went, I was dehydrated. You dehydrate yourself, like
Yeah.
I thought I got to drink something beer. I can't remember what I drank, but whatever. I went to the club thing, I went to the back room, I had a tracksuit on, and I got pumped right up. And the guy said, "You're in the wrong show. You're in the wrong category." I said, "No."
Right.
I said, "I've never entered before." He said, "You sure?" I said, "I've never entered." I took they all cut the bone, and I thought, "Oh God." Took my jacket off like that, and I looked in the mirror, and all my skin had filled out. No veins.
Alright.
Nothing.
What was that down to?
Down to that drink.
Oh.
That's the only thing I put it down to, right? And I stood there, looked in the mirror, thinking,
Learning curve, innit?
my missus, I've been pointing to people on stage, I said, "He's good, isn't he?" She said, "You're better than him." And my missus isn't that sort of person, right?
Yeah.
So to, you know, give you lies and all like bullshit. And I didn't come nowhere because I was one of the biggest there, but no shape to me.
I got to ask this, was you on steroids?
Of course.
Of course.
And they used to
So
make it
what
as
do
well.
you think all these bodybuilders are saying they're not on steroids and I mean they ripped
Bullshit.
and they fucking
Listen,
huge.
if you want to see if a guy's on steroids, if he's walking around, he hasn't done no training, and he's pumped up, he's on steroids, right? Or because people say, like, you know, they think, "Oh, he's on steroids," and you're walking around like this. It's steroids.
But you still got to work hard for it, haven't you? You can't.
I used to work 6-7 days a week for years.
Exactly.
I'm a bit obsessive with things.
That's my thing with steroids. People say, I mean, it's all steroids, but you still got to work fucking hard for it.
Hard, yeah.
But I remember you telling me once, when I first met you in boxing, you said, "Sure, do me a favour, promise me you'll never touch steroids."
No.
Which I never did, you know what I mean? And,
No, you touched hamburgers, didn't you? And
hamburgers and cheeseburgers, but
chips,
that's another
veggies.
story anyway. But
They worked for you, sure.
Huh?
I thought they worked for you.
after the bodybuilding, then you got into boxing, ended up having a fight. Was it for Servicemen's Club? I think it was.
Yeah,
Gareth
it was.
done
Yeah, Gareth
it
and that,
was.
like, yeah.
Same club as I boxed on, yeah, isn't it? I seen the fight on video. You was robbed. So who trained you for that fight? And how did you find amateur boxing?
Graham Miles trained me like twice a week at that stage, and then a couple nights a week anyway, and then Donovan the rest.
Yeah.
And they were quite good. I got to be honest. But a day before the show.
Did you have a bandaged knee in the fight?
Oh God, aye.
Yeah.
Day before the show, I also sleep. I just go to bed, and my missus would put my daughter in bed with me.
Yeah.
Like she's by this size, the only little thing, she's toddler, she's huge. So she put her by the window, and me next to her. Mrs. comes in, she leans over, because she's screwed. The daughter go to bed, I talk about things, and then we go sleep.
Yeah.
And my missus then came in to take her, and put her in her own bedroom.
Right.
But she leans over me, picks her up, and rests her on the back of my leg, when my leg was on the side, done my knee in.
Oh shit.
So I went to work, that day, and that was bad.
And you got the fight in the night coming up?
I got a fight in the night.
Yeah.
Well, everyone thought I was trying to get out of the fight. I said, "No, my knee's done in, I couldn't move it." You know, she knee.
But like I said, I've seen the fight, it's the biggest robbery I've ever seen. You smashed fucking him for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
He was a good boy, he got someone new, but...
Compared to the other boxers in Merthyr, right, it was just a mediocre fight, right? But to me, I was fighting, nobody ever realised.
It's your first fight, isn't it?
If you watch the second round, you could see the bandage, because I made sure I had long shorts on over my knee, and you could see the bandage coming down. Well, I got stitched in it, so...
Why do you think you got stitched in? Because like I said, the Merthyr crowd, everyone thought you won it, everyone was screaming for you.
I'd like to think I was ripped off. Maybe I wasn't ripped off.
You
right?
was,
but
people see
when
it.
when they announced that he'd won, they went mental, people shouting. Big Jonathan came down, ran down to the ring.
Yeah.
Didn't care for anybody. Jonathan screaming at him.
Yeah.
So I turned like that, and there was 3 judges with
Right.
in between each judge was one of the guys from the audience, I think, you know, right? They're in between the judges.
Yeah.
So the guy who was with them leant over and put his hand out, and the 3 judges tapped his hand, and he's with them, with this guy. Yeah. I always thought I was...
Fucking robbery.
Well, it's not for me to say. But,
Didn't some boxer off you out on a street fight? Once?
Up the alleyway, was there?
Yeah. And you knocked him out, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. What happened was, there was a couple of us, and this guy's a nice guy. Big lad he was, and he was a boxer. Before I became boxer, I started training. I was just lucky to knock people out. I always thought. I was, when things happened.
Yeah.
I always got lucky. So he's a big lad, and there was a couple of people arguing in this alleyway right at the bottom of town. So I was talking to somebody about this argument that's going on beside me, and he walks toward me. He said, "Juggy said I always want to kill you." He said, something like that, you know, I'm going to smash you up. So I thought, oh, here we go now. And I said, this is years before I started boxing, man.
Yeah.
So I hit him, bang, lead him out cold.
Go
Out cold, proper out cold, like sleeping, yeah.
I think it was around 96 I first met you, when my trainer Jason Lowell asked you to come down and do a bit of sparring.
I remember that one.
Because I had a fight coming up.
I was stitched right up.
Well, he was a stitch, but if you want to tell a story, you can. But
my mate Phil, the artist, he came on to me, he said, we got this big guy, we got this guy Tony.
Philip Childs, is it?
Yeah, Philip.
Yeah.
He got this big guy Tony, he said. He's down the slaughterhouse training, and he needs somebody to spar him, somebody a bit bigger.
Yeah.
I said, well, how tall and how big is this guy? He said he's about the same size as you. He said, maybe a bit like that.
Yeah. I
thought, oh, all right. Because I was training and I got down to about 14.5 stone.
Yeah.
So I went down to fight you, and there you are, 18 stone, 6 foot odd. Bastards.
But I don't need it. I mean, I've been there a couple of months. I was due for my first fight.
Oh, you
and I remember, I thought, oh, fuck. I heard of your name, and then I thought, here we go.
I haven't got a name, but...
You did to me, you know what I mean? You was Juggy, Tank and all this, but then, if you remember the sparring, I think I opened up a little bit of you.
Yeah.
And you was taking your time with me, and you caught me in the boot.
There was a big roller shutter door. We weren't fighting in the ring without, like, everyone's watching.
Yeah.
And you tried your luck a little bit, so I moved. I caught you, and right hand.
I hit the fucking shutters, I
remember. You were niggas. I can remember what you done, you were niggas. Whoa! Right, okay, it's back, on the back of the shutters.
But like I said, that was the first time we met you, and we were 24
from that day,
24 years later, so...
Every time we sparred, all those hundreds and hundreds of boxing rounds.
Yeah.
And we never laid a heavy punch on each other.
Well, we done thousands, didn't we? Sundays.
But you were too scared to, weren't you?
Yeah. I was a bit scared, I was.
Yeah, radio.
Did you bite in and run over cars, and so... you also tried to hand then at various shops.
Did you tell me the guy who terrified me? When I was younger?
Go on.
Absolutely terrified me. I won't mention names, they come looking for me, the women in the family, not the men.
Yeah.
They nothing to do with it. Anyway, there was this gypsy guy, and I was not with his daughter.
Yeah.
And he was not like a proper hard guy. Like,
right.
He'd use something on you, big old guy.
Yeah.
So I was upstairs, and it was a hot day, so I was just sitting in my short, in my jeans.
Yeah.
Snowing out, hot in the house, but it was snowing outside. Right?
Yeah.
So we chatting like this, me and this girl, I was not his daughter, who I was going out with.
Yeah.
What I was doing. Anyway.
Yeah, we would do that. But...
You didn't come through the front door. This is when I was 15, she was 17.
Alright.
Right? So you didn't come to the front door, where I didn't have time to put all my clothes on.
Yeah.
So I climbed out the window, the gurners.
Yeah.
On the outside the window on the gurner, in the new estate, there's a little ledge, like a white ledge. Right? So I was on there, and I have to go across like this, and it's snowing on me.
And you're naked, like...
Yeah, so I'd my jeans, just my jeans on.
Alright, yeah.
Bare feet, everything. So I, on the outhouse, and I was on the outhouse, and I could hear him downstairs shouting for his daughter, in his like a West Country accent. And he said, who's up there? So I thought, no. So I jumped off the outhouse. There was a small wall, and in between the small wall was wood going across like this. With the dog kennel.
Alright.
I went straight through and he killed the dogs. So I was there for a half hour, standing in the lane.
Aye.
I sort of 2 steps, I guess, trying to keep on and froze to death.
Yeah, you got away.
I got away. I was a mad on.
Right, later on, go back. You also tried to run at various shops, like antique shops, computer game shops. You got a fallout with one of your business partners. What happened there?
Well, that's nothing to do with the shops, I think, right?
Alright.
But he was a business partner. And to this day, he doesn't know this, right? If he ever watches this, he never knew his story.
Yeah.
Thunderstorm night, a certain person told me, a good friend of mine, told me what time the coppers were working.
Yeah.
And when there's a change of shift.
Yeah.
When they turned up the station, they changed it, yeah?
Yeah.
At the exact time, so I knew I had like 20 minutes. So I went behind his house.
Yeah.
When I found his house, I went behind his house with a claw hammer.
Alright.
Right? He was in his house doing, I don't know what he's doing on his computer. So he's standing in the alleyway, behind his house like that, where he leaves the house.
Yeah.
I was there, I was soaking wet. And I know you can say your next question is what are we going to do with the claw now? I was going to smash his skull in. Right? Proper smash his skull in.
What stopped him?
He left the front way. He had to go somewhere, see, I knew he was going there.
Yeah. So
He left so I was standing outside like this with the claw and I'm already hit him.
Yeah. But good in a way
he left
did.
He left the front way. Yeah.
Didn't Juggy owe you money?
Tell you another thing too.
Go on.
You were saving, me and him when we were friends.
Yeah.
And a bag full of cash in the house. It was like 1,005 to 1,008, somewhere between, I remember, somewhere between there.
Yeah.
He'd never come and ask me for his half.
Yeah, don't blame him.
It's bonkers, oh no, but he didn't know this.
Perhaps he knew about the armour.
No, he didn't, nobody knew.
No. Didn't Juggy owe you money once? He fractured his jaw.
Yeah.
Did you have a knife or something? Or
Yeah, right. He lived at right at the bottom of town, was that?
yeah. Just to get it, the record straight first, you wasn't a drug dealer.
No.
That's what I mean. No, let's get that part in.
I don't
But
like drug
he
dealers.
was a druggie, so
No.
you owed you money.
Never touched
Because he was
only steroids, money, nothing else.
he
Never
was a
touched
money
it.
lender as well, wasn't he? So
Well, yes, allegedly.
yeah.
Allegedly.
But
So he asked me, can he borrow some money?
yeah.
He's a friend of a friend. So I said, how much you want? He said, X amount. It's quite a bit, really. And I said, look, I can't trust you. You had so many arguments with people.
Yeah.
I said, and the police, you informed the police all the time. Don't tell me you're not, because you were. So he said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you my son's computer and all the goods.
Yeah.
So I had a son's computer, and he said, I'll pay you something like by the 21st of June or something like that, all in. If it's not paid a minute past 21st of June,
Yeah.
you could sell that computer for a couple £100. So I lent him a bit of money. Great. 21st of June come, no payment.
Yeah.
2 weeks after, still no payment.
Right.
I sell the computer desk, the
Yeah.
printer, I don't think it was printer, everything. This was back in the day when they were big
Oh,
money,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I sold them all to my mate Brian, big ginger Brian, right? He's a bugger, he is.
Right.
And I sold them all to Brian. Next thing, I get a phone call.
Yeah.
Juggy said, off this person, he says, I got the money, I'll send my missus up now to collect my computer now. So I sold it, don't worry. I was a bit of a mood I was, right?
Yeah.
He said, you can't sell it, I'll do this, I'll do that. So I said, right. My brother gave me a lift down. No, it wasn't my brother, it was somebody else actually. Gave me a lift down as he was coming up the road.
Yeah.
I got out, he started shouting, you can't do this, you can't do that. So I hit him,
No.
bang, smash. And do you know what, right? I've done that a couple of times to a couple of people, and I can hear a crack as I hit him. I can actually hear it.
Yeah.
Whacked him. He bent over. As he looked up, his one side face had gone like out, swollen right out.
Yeah.
So he walks off, upset, like he's done this. I broke his cheekbone. So he says to me, come in the house, we'll sort it all out. Oh God. So we went in the house. His missus there, next thing, to sort it out, he pulled a big knife out of the kitchen.
Shit.
And he's walked, going again and do this. I thought, I think it's best to leave. So I left.
Yeah.
So I get these phone calls now. We go to the police.
Yeah.
I thought, they can't go to police. I thought, money lending, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I went down with my mate Brian. Do you know what I said to you? It was a computer desk. It wasn't a computer desk. I remember now.
Right.
So I went down to Brian's house. I said, Brian, and I explained what happened. He said, Jug. He said, all right. So I give him the exact amount that Brian gave me.
Yeah.
I took everything from him.
Yeah.
But Brian said, I put in my car now, a van. And Brian says to me, he says, I bought that bench. This computer thing, desk. I said, how much cost you? He said, 55 quid. So I counted 55 quid out. Brought my art, gave him the 55, because, 55 quid, he paid it like that.
Yeah.
Brian gave me the bench, put it in my shop. I took it down, put it in my shop, delivered the computer to the scumbag's house.
Yeah.
Day after his wife had paid me all the money back.
Yeah.
Right? So I still had my money back.
Yeah.
So I goes down to my shop, antiques and second hand. I goes down and a friend of mine, Mark, was sitting in the shop running it for me when I was in work. And he said, I just sold that bench, that computer desk. I said, oh great, how much you get for it? 15 quid. I said, oh, at least I got some money back.
Yeah.
I said, who did you sell it to? He said, your mate Brian.
You had a body back.
I could kill him, swine he was. And yeah, that's it, basically.
I know you was a debt collector or money lender, supposedly, and you done some other stuff for money.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, that's the word. And you've done some other stuff for money which we won't mention here. But is there anything you really regret? Like the one thing, you mean that?
I done one thing, yeah. I can't actually say the name or anything. I'll go to prison for a long time. Yeah, I did do one thing. It was, somebody had done something bad. I got told about it.
Right.
And I went and done something really bad. Really bad.
Really bad.
And I'll say no more.
Right.
I said, and I've told people this, I told a copper friend of mine,
Yeah.
I will only tell him on my deathbed. The week, yeah? And I will tell him so everybody knows, and it's really bad. But you all find out what I done to that guy.
And you never told me how one either.
You're not going to find out. My own family don't know, not one of them know anything about it.
Very interesting. Yeah. Around 2000 then, you decided to enter the UK Armament Tournament with another member of our gym from Slaughterhouse, Gary Turner. Within 2 weeks to go, you was rushed to hospital. What happened and how did the fight come off?
Well, what happened to the hospital first is early hours of the morning, Fiona's downstairs watching telly, because she doesn't go to bed late, like, I'm here, and my feet are restless, like, I thought, God, what's going on with me? And I just turn over, you know what I mean, then my legs were restless, and then I was going to beating, my heart was beating faster, and it was sort of hurting me on my chest, so I went downstairs and explained to her, she didn't have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I got dressed, I walked across the fields round to the hospital. I was just right early in the morning, I was fogged down everything.
Yeah.
And I was walking like baby steps, 1 foot slightly in front of the other. I couldn't walk faster. It took me ages. I got to the hospital, so I went inside, like I said, early in the morning. So I said to the woman behind the counter, behind the desk, I said, pains in my chest, there's something seriously wrong with my heart. She said, is it now?
Yeah.
She said, no, is it now? She filled this for me and she goes, and what drugs have you taken?
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
I said, I haven't took drugs, I hate anything with drugs and that, like. She said, come on now, tell me what drugs you taken. I said, I haven't taken drugs.
Yeah.
So she walks down the corridor, follow me. I'm walking 1 foot in front of the other. I saw it, I had no engine, nothing.
Right.
She's sloppy with me now. I said to her, hang on now, I said, I can't, I'm going to collapse for you. Come on, she said, like that, sarcastic, I don't know. So he goes in his room, sits down in a wheelchair, which is actually in the room.
Yeah.
I'm here for a couple of minutes thinking, I'm going to die here now, holding my chest. Doctor comes in, he says, what's happening here? And she says to him, well, he reckons he haven't taken any drugs, doctor. No drugs at all.
Yeah.
Doctor said, all right, yeah. He got his stethoscope out, he put it on my chest, took it off, put it down. He turned to her, he pointed in the face, you get this guy up to the heart ward.
Yeah.
She said, what? Get him up to the emergency, whatever it was, right? So they got me up there, and I found out, and I had all these tubes stuck in everything, and I got, I had pericarditis of the heart. That's when the bag closes down the heart.
Right.
So my heart's beating twice as fast and painful. And then,
What do you think I was from?
what?
Was that from maybe steroids? No?
No, I just didn't know what it's from.
Just a natural.
And so, everybody down the gym knew I liked, they looked asking Fiona what do I like, and she could only say Turkish delights, because I like Turkish delights. I had, people couldn't, it was amazing. Everyone who came from the gym to see me brought me Turkish delights.
Yeah.
So, when at one stage, I had a mound like that, full of Turkish delights. Right?
Yeah, I remember seeing
That's when you came to see me, because...
Well, we was doing a documentary with me the month before that happened, so we build up to the fight. Yeah. And like you said, I filmed you in hospital, remember it as well.
You would carry a bag with a camera
in. The camera in.
And you hide him in the door.
Yeah.
And I caught you, filmed me when I was lying down.
I filmed you in hospital as well.
There's all these tubes on me.
But it is not a, no, I mean, I never thought you would have had a fight, and you come out, and a couple of days later, you're back in training.
I fought him, yeah.
And you fought the boy. Before we go into that, let's show a clip of the fight.
We're about to skip in.
Just a clip of you knocking him out. What happened after you knocked him out? Because you went back to the change room and...
Well, when I knocked him out, I was lucky to knock him out, I think, right? It was because I kept the jogging bottoms on when they put the groin protector on.
Yeah.
So they were too tight. So if you look at it, I'm slightly bow-legged.
Right, yeah.
You've sparred me how many times, I don't know, right? So this is why, between you and my mate here, this is why my nose is the shape.
Yeah.
Right, constant tapping. And anyway, they were bow-legged, and I couldn't dance around. If you notice, when I fight, when I used to box, I used to move round. Always move round.
Yeah.
It's made it difficult for you to hit me so much.
But he was a big boy, you could see up there, you had him on speed.
Yeah, but I couldn't.
And fake double jabs.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't
Yeah.
move round and duck. So I thought I'd better just get over quick, so I did.
But obviously, like I said, you just come out
Couldn't stop
a week
coughing.
and a half ago with the arts. I remember you was coughing, you come back to changing rooms.
Pericarditis, yeah.
And you was in an army to go on, like I think we all made a decision for you when you, and you basically said, I'll leave you, like, because it was...
Yeah. Afterwards, after the fight, I couldn't stop coughing, no matter what.
But what was it like, because like I said, you got robbed in that first amateur fight. To me, it's like you done it then, you got that win.
Yeah, I showed people I had something in me.
And in front of 2,000 people, it wasn't a small crowd, as you know. It was
remember?
Big, but like you said, you went on then, you fellow teammate Gary, top team talks all the way through.
Yeah, do you know Gary?
Yeah.
Gary deserved to win that fight.
No, he done well, didn't he? Boxed well.
I'm lucky in a way that I didn't carry on the fight and end up fighting Gary in the final.
That was our main concern, which we didn't want.
Nobody wanted that, because Gary's my friend.
But all around,
as it happened, I couldn't fight on anymore.
You done what you wanted to do, you got the win, Gary went on to win it.
Gary was brilliant fighting in that fight.
Cracking night for Slaughterhouse Gym.
Yeah.
Also around this time then, like I said, year 2000, you started in a licensed website called Unlicensed 2000.
Yeah.
One of the first time the internet just started.
That's because you, Nick, because you had a fight with the Lenny.
I had the Lenny McLean and you had, so you...
Big Nat fighter.
You was more into all the other fighters.
All the other fighters.
Which led you to a deal with Milo Books, and your first book, Street Fighters. How did the site come about, which basically just answered, and how did you get the book deal?
Right, so I started writing about all these fighters, each one. Gary Spears, a little bit on Lenny, I don't think it's much on Lenny. Yeah. Roy Shaw, I wrote a load about Roy Shaw. And a couple of Cliffy Fields, Charles Bronson, I thought of, wrote about him, like. Ian Freeman, lovely guy, Ian Freeman. Yeah. So I started writing about them all. And I had a phone call. And this is true story. I was down in Newport, me, the missus, and my daughter. Yeah. I was down in Newport, and it got late, and I couldn't find my way home.
Right.
when I asked people where Merthyr was,
Yeah.
people tell me, what's Merthyr?
All right.
And that's got scary in because I'm not a confident driver when I got family in a car. So I was driving up a motorway, driving in pitch black, and I put the radio on.
Yeah.
And there was a guy doing an interview with this American boxer and come preacher who'd been right back in the day, right back boxing. Right. So I was listening to the interview, and it was really good. I thought I might do more writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people were saying that my writing was good, so I thought I'd do more writing. And a couple of weeks later, I had a phone call from this guy. I thought somebody was playing, Peter Milo Books. Peter.
Yeah. Peter Walsh.
Peter Walsh, from Milo Books.
Yeah.
And he said, Julian, he said, are you interested in having a contract? I said, oh no. I said, no. He said, no. He said, I've seen you writing. You can do it. I said, well, alright, then I'll have a go. But if I can't do it, you can still have the material. That sort of thing, right? Something like that it was. And he said, what made you start writing about fighters?
Yeah.
And all strange things have happened to me in life, which I remember, I keep them in memory, like. And I said, when I was listening to this documentary on the radio, a guy get interviewed, and I said, it's fantastic how the guy mentioned that when he was younger, at the end of the night, they used to blindfold all the blackheads, scumbags did, right? Yeah. Little ones, big ones, and they put them in the ring and leave them fight. So the white people would be laughing their heads off and that. Yeah. I said, I found that story interesting, how he went on and become a priest. Right. And Peter said to me, Juggy, he said, I was the interviewing that. He done the interview.
Coincidence.
And I thought, bloody hell. So I started meeting all these guys then.
But you was going to do it with Jimmy Tippett, weren't you? I don't know if you want to mention him.
Scumbag. I met this guy who told me he was a gangster. Oh, and he bragged and bragged. And then everything he told me was a lie. Yeah. He was just a scumbag trying to get money out of me. As if, so he had a book contract, I did. So I waited till the book contract ran out and I wrote it myself without him. I had all the interviews lined up, wrote it all myself. Nothing to do with him. He was an absolute scumbag, can't fight. Yeah, because he got paid up front, didn't he, as well? He got paid up front, same as me, yeah. Yeah, and then you got rid of him somehow. Got rid of him and made a lot of money. And Street Fighters went on to become a great success. Newspapers picked it up, magazines. I got, loads of magazines. Who did you think was some of the best you interviewed for the book? And any funny stories on your travels? There was Brian Cockrell. Yeah. Yeah. Richie Owsley. I like Richie. And none of these people had books out at the time, so you was a bit of a trendsetter in a way, you know what I mean? Because you got them into there, which... I think about 3 or 4 of them got book deals after. Exactly, that's... Right, I know Brian and Richie did. It all started, really, didn't it? Yeah. So... And who else? It was, trying to think the best. It was Ernie Berwick, was there? Berwick? Yeah. It was a good few, wasn't it? Bartley Coleman. Well, Bartley was my mate. Yeah, all the travellers, I say, Bartley's this and Bartley that. I said, he's a friend of mine, he wanted me to go to America with him. I drove his army on, but he said that, right? Yeah. And Bartley used to phone. Did I tell you what happened after Bartley passed away? I'm not sure, go on. Probably not. Bartley was coming down to my house, right? Right. I said to the missus, I put him up in the Castle Hotel. We had no room in the house, right? Yeah. He's an old guy, he's still a hard man. Yeah. But a lovely guy. Irish, lovely guy he was, Bartley. Yeah. And, he phoned me up one day, because my publisher told me that Bartley was dying eventually. Yeah. Of this, I think he had cancer on the stem of the liver. I think that's what he said, right? Yeah. And so I had a phone call. He said, his voice is a bit softer than normal. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know. And he said, Julie said, I'm dying. I said, Bartley, I was crying, starting to cry. Yeah. I didn't want to show him, but I was starting to cry. And he said, in the hospital where I am now, he said, we know where I'm long left. Yeah. In the hospital, all the way down the corridors, there's travellers, gypsies. All right. Sitting on all the chairs, everything in the corridor. Yeah. Not one of them causing any trouble. Yeah. Outside in the car park is all the gypsies, caravans, everything, all sitting there waiting for Bartley to pass away because he's the king of gypsies. Yeah. And I said something nice to him about God and that, right? I'm not a religious person. Yeah. But I said something about God. I don't go into too much detail, but but Bartley said, Julian, that's lovely, he said. Yeah. That's really lovely. I'm so sorry I can't come down and see you. I wanted to come back down and see you again. Yeah. And he said, that's one of the most, I'm going to tell the people, my family, that's one of the most wonderful things I've ever heard. Thank you very much, he said.
Well, it was basically you who got him his book deal, wasn't it, with Milo?
No.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
All right.
Milo got me the interview. I still got him on disc. Milo
For
got
you
me
a book?
yeah,
All right,
Milo
so
got
they Milo
me
knew
out.
him.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, got a couple of things with Bartley now. So, Bartley couldn't come back, right? He died. He said, Julian, you won't hear from me again now. He said, I think the world of you.
Yeah.
He said, you write, I talked about my writing there. He said, I hope everything goes, and Tony, he said, yeah. He said, I hope everything goes well for you. I'm so sorry I can't come down and see you. Yeah. All right, I said, straight, yeah, that's it. So Bartley, I had a phone call to Peter, then Bartley's gone.
Yeah.
It was horrible, it was. It's horrible.
Come quick, didn't it?
But Bartley was a nice guy.
Because I remember him saying, you tell me you was going to go to America with him, he wanted you to go, and
yeah.
he was talking to him regular, and I said he'd just come on so quick then, didn't it?
I said, so, couple of weeks after the funeral, just take this as you want to take it, right? I don't care if it's real or not, right?
Yeah.
But a couple of weeks after the funeral, I was in the house, in bed, Fiona sleeping, and I woke up. Suddenly woke up, and I was lying on my back, woke up, and I looked towards the door in the bedroom. Yeah. It was pitch black, and I sat up thinking Bartley was there, and it wasn't a dream. Yeah. I was looking at the door. I thought he's there. First thing I thought was Bartley's there. Couldn't see him. It was black. So I sat there like that, and then suddenly there, within a couple of minutes, the feeling just went. Yeah. And it was strange things. I'm not one of those guys that feel like. Do you remember the cafe, the restaurant you went to? You knew?
With Bartley.
With Bartley.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember that.
We went in, and Bartley wouldn't take anything off me. I'll buy all dinner. Yeah. And he bought us chicken, fillet each. Bought his own food, just different to us. And we did cream sauce over the chicken. So I was eating my chicken.
Wow, I know.
Remember it?
Yeah, I remember it.
I thought, this chicken don't feel right. Nice restaurant. So I ate more. I get half his chicken fillet, and I moved away the cream like that, and it was pink. Oh, it was half cooked. Real pink. And I looked at you, and you went, I guess, there's something wrong with this. Show Bartley, he went back.
He went nuts, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he went nuts for him. Yeah. And he went and got me, and you, a pudding each a custard as a reward. Do you remember what happened when we got home? No. We had diarrhea for like three days sitting on a toilet. Was it? I can't remember. I can remember you phoning me. Yeah. He said, where are you? I said, Tone, I said, where are you? He said, I'm sitting on a toilet. I said, well, that's what I'm doing. I remember his box at the time you was, and he squared up, didn't he? He was going to get up there, remember? And he was trying to show me how to spar and all that. He was joking, punching the ribs, and you were giggling like a schoolboy. He was lovely. Bartley was a lovely guy. If anybody, I never hear anybody say bad thing about him. Like I said, I travelled all over the UK. We had blowouts on motorways, sheep chasing you. You falling asleep at the wheel. Up in the farm. I didn't have a jack. So I had to climb over the fence. Where was it? Coventry. Was it Coventry? We came from Coventry. We was everywhere with me. So I climbed over his fence, and I went into that, right up to the farm, quite a way actually, went to the farm. I said to the guy, look, I'll leave £10. He said, no, you aren't going to leave nothing. I said, no, I'll leave it behind me, just to show you I'm honest, like. So he gave me the jack and all that. As I was coming across the field, there were fields, it wasn't funny. There were fields upon fields, all with gate open. Yeah. With sheep. There must be 100 sheep chasing you, I remember. 100? There was a billion sheep chasing me. All of a sudden, the sheep thought I was carrying food or something, it just straight. They started chasing me. So I started running, and the more I run, more sheep come and chase me. Yeah. And you weren't talking to me because I've got Jack, you were sulking. I was a bit pissed off. You pissed yourself laughing. I was laughing. But you see no sheep chasing me. They fight right for me, there's millions of them. Another day, I don't know if you remember, of course you remember, we went to a London party and I had a big huge leather jacket on, and you said I couldn't take it off because I had to pretend to be a bodyguard. And I was sweating. Sweating, pouring on your face. And it was a free bar, wasn't it? So we sitting there, and the famous unlicensed fighter and gangster of yours, right? Roy Shaw turned up. That's the first time we ever seen him, innit? We went at that party, open to meet Roy Shaw. Yeah, that was our aim, innit? Right? So, we were there. So I had to pretend to be somebody important, right? On my new suit, my nice tie, everything. Yeah. So, as I was filling up before, we were there to watch a documentary. It was like a launch party documentary. Channel 4 there was, that big actor, can't remember his name. The guy from, what's the actor, the smaller one? He was a nice guy.
From Snatch, wasn't it?
From Snatch.
He was
The
there.
bad guy in Snatch. I got on with him like hell. We talked.
But the main three I remember was Joey Pyle, Nosha Powell and Roy
Nosha
Shaw.
Powell.
And you would go, and you started talking, he was like, you got in with them.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying,
I went against you.
Anthony, we're going to get Nosha a drink. His wife.
Tony.
Oh, Tony, why you calling me?
Get Nosha a drink. And you were going to the bar, getting them a drink, and then you realised it was a free bar. So you were knocking 2 pints back.
Well, I was having a few at the same time,
You were knocking 2 pints back a time.
Yeah.
Right? Met Roy Shaw, become friendly, like a photograph me and Roy hit it off. And I said, Roy, do you mind if I add you to my website?
Yeah.
But you fight in there, I got your book so I know the score. He said, no problem at all. So we went, and as we were walking down towards where the car was, some guy came on to us, remember? Hello mate, all this crap.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, mate, I'm busy, I'm going home now, leave alone. And he kept following us, and you would, this is when I realised you were drunk.
Yeah.
Because you shouted back, Juggy, just knock him out, go knock him out there now. And I was like, I'm in the middle of London. So you went through the alleyway to the, I didn't realise, I parked the car in a very important place, there's only multi-million pound out buildings. I was like, I had a good look around, I thought, we should have parked there.
Exactly.
And you got up, dropped your trousers and started pissing against the door.
I can't remember.
I can remember that, but...
I know there's pictures of what looks like me and Roy Shaw arguing, and I remember you telling me that we got to leave now.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what reason.
But do you remember, as we pulled out, you were supposed to be my navigator. You've always been my navigator.
Yeah.
And you said, turn down this way, Jug. So I turns round, turn down this way, and we came back to the same spot. And then we went round and came back to the same spot. Round. I was just... And you said, don't worry about it. I said, what do you mean, don't worry about it, I want to get home. I was mad, I was.
Another story we got to bring up. I don't know if he even knows this himself, but we were sitting in Richard Ozzy's mother's house on the chicken pasta breast.
God.
This will be a first. I don't know if Richie will know this one.
I'm telling you a story, mate. Does Richie know about this?
I don't know if he does, but
I'm going to phone him after, apologise.
If you want to tell the story,
we went on the way to Richie's house, we popped to Steve's house. Steve was a character.
Yeah.
A lot of people are scared of Steve, I think, can I? Right?
Yeah,
He was something special, Steve was. And he made us this big pie. Was it?
Cooked dinner, pie,
everything.
and we were full.
And I couldn't understand. He was going to just go on, get it on your neck, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you whispering in my ear, he's going to shoot us now, Jug, he's going to shoot us. I said, shut up, man, he's not going to shoot us. He's not going to kill us. He said, Jug.
He was out in the sticks, wasn't he?
Was a bit, I'm not going down a lane with him again, all I guess. So he made that big dinner for us, and all the time, my mobile was ringing, and Richie saying, when you can move the house, we've got food for you.
Yeah, because we had to go there to go do any Berwick's.
Yes, get to any Berwick's, Richie was taking us there. So, this food was massive. So, Steve come with us, and we went to Richie's house.
He was laughing,
Richie's lovely mother, she's lovely. She said, go got food for you boys, and he gave us a pasta meal with chicken fillet and cream sauce over it. And we sat in the living room eating like this,
and we got grief because we couldn't eat
the
last meal.
Right? So Steve was going to guess, come on then, he said, eat it all up then boys, eat it all up.
I know,
bastard. So I ate mine, I managed to eat it all. Oh, I was full, I was really, really full, bad. Thank you very much, it's very nice, honest. And we got out, Steve got in the car, Richie got in the car, a Jeep in it.
I can't
Jeep, yeah. We were going to get back seats. And you said, Jug, what should I do with this? I said, do it what? It's in my pocket. And you brought to fill the chicken out. You took it off the plate, full of cream, and stuck it in your pocket. Yeah.
I thought you wanted as well.
Oh, did I eat mine?
Oh, you ate yours,
I couldn't move.
Ah, right. I don't know if he knows that. He may have.
He'll know it now, will he? Richie will.
There's another funny story. If you'd like to tell him, you rang me up once. We was communicating with Charles Bronson and me. And he rang me up once and said about Mother's Day was coming up, and he said,
Charlie Bronson sent me a letter. He sent me letters every fortnight, and I kept them all. I sold them for about $3.5 grand on the internet. Anyway,
that's another story.
Yeah, $3.5 grand there, fell.
Right.
So, Charlie Bronson contacted me. He said, look, my mother's birthday coming up. My manager is going to send you. Pay for the flowers. He phoned the shop in Merthyr, all paid. Will you take the flowers at my mother in Aberystwyth? So I phoned you up and you said, yeah, great, oh great, meet his mother, excellent.
But you told me it was in Abergavenny.
Wait a second, this is the problem.
Right, go on.
When I read the address, I thought it was Abergavenny. So we go up to Abergavenny, and then you said to me, oh, give me your address, Jug, so I'll try and check where it is. So I give you your address, and you're staring at it like this.
Yeah, because we gone from an half-hour drive to a 2.5-hour drive. It was in North Wales.
No, it wasn't two, no, yeah.
Something
Yes,
like-
I got you, you write down.
Yeah.
It's longer than 2.5. We had to go down the coast.
I know.
And you said to me, Jug, this is Aberystwyth, not Abergavenny. I said, but Aberystwyth is up by Abergavenny, that's what I said.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I don't know why.
Just shake me.
I
Why
always
do I get
thought-
involved like?
As a kid, I always thought that Aberystwyth was just off from Abergavenny. I don't know why I thought it, stupid.
Aber, yeah.
And you wouldn't talk to me. You wouldn't talk to me for hours and hours.
Yeah.
And we had to come back from Abergavenny, because we were there. Back down to the coast, and we had to follow the coast all the way up to get to Aberystwyth.
Yeah.
And you didn't talk me all the way up.
But if you remember
yeah.
right, we got to the house, there's no one there. And then half hour later, we thought it was a wasted trip. His mother come back.
He turned up.
But it turned out well. Then Bronson phoned his mother and she
Remember-
put it on loudspeaker and he said thank you boys and all
Do you
that.
remember the dogs?
I can't remember the dog's gone.
Charles Bronson invited me to his wedding.
Oh, that story, yeah, go on.
And I said, can I take my two mates with me? So it's you and Stephen.
Yeah.
And we sat in the wedding reception. All
I was in
suited
Dave
up.
Courtney's pub, wasn't
Dave
it?
Courtney was there, yeah.
Everyone was there, it was good.
He looked a bit
Right.
taller than he normally is. And anyway, Dave was a nice guy. So I sat amongst these guys, and they're all names. I was sitting there, and they were telling us stories and everything. And they were really good stories. You know, with some guy, a reporter, would have loved their stories.
Oh, yeah.
So we got out, and what happened was Charles Bronson, the woman who was running everything for Charles, said, do you want to sleep in my house? Me and my husband. And we said, oh no, we'll drive back to Merthyr. He said, Merthyr's too late, but.
Yeah.
So we decided to sleep in your house. So we went back to your house, and they gave us cushion, the house was boiling, and we slept on the living room floor. This is Charles Bronson's help, right?
Yeah.
Working there. And there was paintings of Charles Bronson's drawings all around the place, a lot of money's worth actually. And there was a baby gate, and these two big dogs, what were they?
Dog the Bordeaux, the big huge thing.
Massive.
Turning around strings and it was a slobber in.
They were massive thing.
Yeah.
And I tried to get your brother to go in the kitchen, knock light off the dogs. Like, remember Bugs Bunny when he walks into that thing with all the lions and that?
Yeah.
Your brother was going to do that, like. And remember you couldn't get sleep. You said, Jack, go knock light off in the
I
kitchen.
know, it was a strange night.
And I
wasn't
said,
it?
I'm not going to knock light off, you. I'm not knocking off.
But if you remember that day,
And then you said the dogs are staring at me all the time. They were eating me, as you said.
in the day, if you remember right, we still friends with Jimmy Tippett then you was. And,
Push cameras.
well, if you remember right, Charlie Richardson was at the limo going from Jimmy Tippett's father's house and was going to take us all there.
No, he didn't.
But then when we got to Jimmy Tippett's father's house,
Oh,
he
yes,
said,
his father, he told us that.
he told us that. He said, go to my father's house because we already met Jimmy Tippett Senior.
Family with somebody.
And he said, he basically accused his son, he said, just don't listen to him boys or something, if you remember that. Then,
Did you ever notice that when he brought a book out, fair play then, but the book of his life story, how he become a big 2'6" gangster, right?
yeah.
The book on his career, on his life, was nothing like his life story. He sent me, and I was editing it for him, helping him out.
Yeah, he gave me the manuscript.
Totally different story, totally different guy. He got done, what he got done for now? He stole something, didn't he?
I don't know, he'd been involved in a few
But it was
things
something
of
like a
jewellery.
big
and-
diamond or something he stole. He did actually steal
Yeah.
it, whatever it was, I remember that.
But another story, you remember the pig wrestler? He was on
I
joke
put you on my website. Charles Bronson, Decker Simpkin, remember him?
Yeah.
I like Decker. Decker Simpkin, Richard Owsley, Brian, and Shirley the pig wrestler I put up.
That's me, by the way, that's my nickname.
So I had photographs of you, like, no, I didn't have no photographs of you. And we had, you had a photograph of me. You had a photograph of me next to those turnips.
Yeah,
We found on the farmland this big massive mound of turnips.
Yeah.
So I took my top off and you pretended that I was moving the turnips as part of my fitness regime.
Yeah.
I remember that. So anyway, so I decided to get you back. Nice. I put down Shirley, the pig wrestler. So I wrote this story about you wrestling pigs since I knew. And people who weren't Welsh, which is a lot of people who weren't Welsh came to my website.
They all thought it was fucking real.
They all thought it was real. The Welsh wrestle pigs. So I was telling him that, we know a farm today now. He wrestled this big poker, got him down, and he actually tied the legs up as well. And people were believing the story.
Yeah.
Americans came to my website and they couldn't say, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So when we went up to see, who do you go to see now?
Barry McCann.
Barry, man.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Barry. Barry used to live in these mobile huts. Real nice setup there. Absolutely lovely. Half I burnt down at one time, after years later.
Ah, that's right.
He's on a farm, and Barry had this big barn, big stone barn, huge thing. And Barry said, I'm looking after my pigs. I said, what do you mean pigs?
I
said, do me a favour. He said, can we have a picture of Tony with the pigs? So I took him to the end of this barn, and it was cloud of dust, as we walked in, dust flying everywhere, shafts of light coming from the roof, and dust flying everywhere, remember?
Yeah.
Nothing in there, no animals, nothing. But in the corner was this wall. Must have been, was that 3 foot?
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Fucking...
It was a big a wall, right?
Yeah.
An L shape, with a door going out. And he said the pigs are behind there. He said there's only one pig in there today. He or she's behind the wall. So I said, Tone, just jump in with the pig. We'll have a photograph, grab his ears or something like that. Yeah. And we could tell the Americans and the English and everything. That.
Another pig,
And you were fighting the pig, and you won 1,000 quid.
Yeah.
Then you were like, oh, right, I'll do that. No problem. And it's all mud. Your floor was covered in mud. And you got up to the wall, and you looked over this wall, and you said, Jack, there's no pig. I said, sure it is. So as you looked at the wall, the pig was eating something, and of all the places to eat anything, was right by the side of where you were. In front of you. So as you looked over the wall to look over, this big pig stuck his head up, and you were snout to snout, weren't you? Prepare like that, snout to snout. And your eyes went like that. Like you made a noise, remember?
I was terrified.
And the pig was like this. Looking at us. So I pushed you forward and I get in there and wrestle it. Yeah. And you started screaming. No. And your feet were going out.
Yeah, but the pig was more fucking nuts.
I know, he wanted to eat you.
He wanted to kill me.
Barry McCann was in tears. Both of us pushing you. And so you ran out the barn. And I chased you out the car. Come on, you pig racing coward. Pig racing.
Yeah, it's a good time.
I like the pig racing was good.
You turned down a few books in the past.
Yeah, a couple.
Market Prices.
Yeah.
Cliff Fields.
I
have got Bartley Gone, but you explained earlier Bartley Gone was nothing to do with you.
No, Bartley's my mate, right?
Market Prices, Cliff Fields.
Market Prices,
I'll
explain to you. It's, the author's name, as it happens, like, was same name as a friend of mine, was Stephen Richards, and he contacted me, and he asked me, would it be right if he done Malcolm's book? I said, yeah. So he came down, and he wrote the book of Malcolm, nice book as well. Cliffy Fields, he's dead now, Cliffy. I don't want to say too much because he was good to us, remember?
Yeah, he's nice bloke.
But Cliffy, he's a bit of a drunk, he was a drunk when he...
When we got to the last stages.
He was, right? And he lost all his weight, he's tall, real tall guy.
Fair play to Redman, he was trying to get him through here, and
Redman was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy as well.
Do you remember Cliffy's eye? What happened to the eye?
I remember something.
Remember you could eat for days?
He was...
Do you want me to say that? I'll tell you.
No, it's up to you.
Right. Cliffy had a glass eye. Somebody glassed him, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Like I said, he wasn't 100% talking to us. So he's sitting down, talking to us like that, in his little one-bedroom flat thing. And he had a glass eye. And all of a sudden, I can remember it now, this big maggot of pus, like a caterpillar, came out from inside the eye there, and it came down his face. And I had to go like this, your eye, Cliffy? I guess, and you laughed at that. And he went, oh, you got a towel, and he wiped it. I started talking again, and again.
Yeah.
And then, all past, it was like that. And I could hear you going, remember you could eat for days.
Didn't you have to buy him drink for the interview?
I gave him 40 quid.
40 quid.
Nobody, I didn't pay anybody for it.
You didn't have to, I think you just went,
yeah.
I'll get back.
No, what happened, no, I told him, I said, look Cliffy, I said, I'll give you 40 quid, just to help you out a bit, because he's down his luck, he was, right? Lovely guy.
But you were, basically, at the time, he was the first person to get hold of him for an interview. No one cared about Cliffy.
I could have gone far in that book.
And there was a book done in which was rubbish, I thought. He wasn't the best. And I remember saying to you at the time, Jug, you got to do his book and that. But
I couldn't say.
Barry McCann was going to do it, wasn't he?
Yeah, Barry.
And then he got burnt down, did he? Apparently what he wrote in the fire.
So I gave him 40 quid. And I said to him at the end of the interview, what are you going to do today now, Cliffy, once I'm gone? And he said, I'm going to get hold of that 40 quid.
Yeah. But he was a nice bloke, wasn't he?
He's alright.
Like I said, he gave you one of the first interviews about...
Do you remember what he said to Harry Carpenter? Do you remember what he said to Harry Carpenter?
No, I can't remember.
He's a sailor, see, I think he was a sailor.
Yeah.
But he was doing his fighting like that. And license or whatever he's fighting. He beat Denny McLean, didn't he? Twice? Was he once or twice?
Twice, yeah.
Right? Anyway, Harry Carpenter was interviewing him once. And he said to him, and what's your name? And he said, Chopper Harris. Or Chopper Fields, sorry. Chopper Fields, he said, right?
Yeah.
He's on his dick.
Yeah.
Harry Carpenter turned, he said, we can't put that in. He won't put him in.
Well, if you remember, he said he had Lenny's suits there, something, didn't he?
They were mates?
Yeah, Lenny had given him suits and they worked together. He was looking for them in the water, he couldn't find them, but...
Yeah.
But,
Lenny McLean, he said, took his top off in the middle of a pub. He had a couple of drinks, right? Cliffy did. And Lenny took his top off and said, there's loads of people. He said, I'll fight any man here. Ben Eccles said, I'll beat every one of you. And he looked and he said, except Cliffy, because he's my mate. Cliffy's a hard man, isn't he?
To go back with the books again, was there anyone you wish you would do this?
Malcolm's. I got a lot of stories.
I don't know why you never done Malcolm Price's. It just...
No.
I remember nagging you, do it.
Yeah, no, he asked first, and I thought, I'd have to do it first. Yeah, but Steve, he asked first, and but I thought myself, I had a lot on, right? I was supposed to write Buying Cocktails book, which Steve wrote again.
Yeah. And
I couldn't travel all the way up there and spend a week in a caravan. Because when he then decides to go back to his family, I'm on caravan.
Yeah, because someone offered you to go up and stay with them, innit? That's Cockerell, is it?
Cockerell, in a caravan.
That's right.
In a nice little caravan.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't do it.
And then Steve Richards done it then after.
Yeah, and Steve done it. Cockerell, what a nice guy. Like Richie Ozzy, lovely guy.
Yeah, he's so many.
Dangerous guy as well.
Totally random question, but you got a tattoo not many people know about.
The snake?
The snake, yeah. Before you go on, I'll just show you a picture of you. So how did that snake come about? And then you also got another tattoo I want to bring up on your arm.
Right.
How would you explain about that?
I know the other tattoo. The snake one, I had so many people, friends, who had tattoos, and I had these stupid things on my arm, right? So I went down and I asked the tattoo artist to do a snake on my shoulder and wrap it on my ankle, right down my body onto the ankle.
Right.
I wasn't even going to show anybody. I just wanted that tattoo.
Right.
And after a couple of days, when we going down, having that much done, and then that much like that, you know, sections every time I went down.
Yeah.
He said to me, I can't do any more of this.
Right.
I said to the tattoo artist, lovely tattoo artist, lovely guy. I said, why can't you do it? He said, I'm dreaming about it. I said, what do you mean? He said, when I go to bed, I'm dreaming about drawing it with scales, because you put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
And he said, I got to finish it off, so he finished it off. On my thigh, actually, on my thigh.
Yeah, that's the finish. But you, years later then, you went, got a tattoo of a boxer on your arm. Can you explain about that one? How that come about?
Right, this...
you can show it if you want as well.
Yeah, me and my mate, Dad, we went down to Cardiff to watch his boxer. He was Roberto Durand. So, I'll tell you a couple of things that happened that night. So we're in the hall now waiting, and Roberto Durand's there now. He's up on stage now, right?
Yeah.
There's hundreds of people there. And there's two arseholes in front of us bragging about it. But anyway, which I didn't like. But anyway, This guy come on stage with Roberto. Roberto sat down like that, smiling like that. He can't speak much in English of anything, he's speaking English.
Yeah.
Right? And this guy gets up now, he said, I'm Roberto's translator. I'll translate. I will translate any question or anything you say. This old guy got up and he started speaking Welsh to him for a laugh. And he went on for ages.
Yeah.
And Roberto Duran's partner, manager, whatever he is, was just a few men, was just like staring, thinking, what's he saying? You know, he just totally, everyone was in tears now. And it was a nice night. Went upstairs then, later on to see Roberto, and I got cracking photograph me and Duran in the house, shaking hands.
Yeah, which I'll show you right now.
I asked Roberto to sign my arm. He said, what for? I said, for a tattoo. So he kept, anyway, I went like that. He signed my arm there, Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
Which is, I love his little tattoo. I wanted Marvin Hagler that size, but I never happened. Yeah. And he done my mate's tattoo, same. Right. I thought it would be one off.
Right.
Right? But he did, because they took a photograph of my tattoo, his daughter did.
Yeah. For
a book. She said, we want that picture in there, because no one's done that before.
Right.
By luck, right?
So did Dav have the tattoos on?
Dav had a copy tattoo, when he done it.
He signed his arm as well, and he had the tattoos on?
Yeah,
or just you?
But Dav did well. But if you remember, when he signed his name, he signed it slightly wrongish. Yeah. So it doesn't look like Roberto. So I'm the only one with the actual perfect signature.
I got a little story.
When I pass away, I'll leave his arm to you.
Oh, lovely, thanks. You then went on to write another 2 books, Bouncers and Hookers.
Hookers is great.
How did that come about?
Well, the Bouncers one, it's one of my friends, like Lee, want good stories.
Yeah.
So,
Lee Callan?
Well, both Lees actually, yeah, but Lee Callan, yeah. There were so many good stories, I didn't want to put them on the website. So I travel around the country, meet the boxers, and then send these stories to me as well.
Yeah.
And I put them on the book, and the book sold well. So then I decided to do a book on hookers. So I made contact with this one through the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go to that, what made you decide to write a book? You got from street fighters, the bouncers, to hookers. Yeah. Was that your idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd only write a book that nobody else had done. Nobody has ever wrote a book on street fighters, bar me. Yeah. Nobody ever wrote a book on bouncers. Now you see loads of bouncer books. Yeah. And there's never been somebody who interviewed hookers, prostitutes. Yeah. Interviewed them and wrote down all the life stories. Right? Yeah. Do you remember how many hookers in that book? I'd go and see each one of them, and some of them I'd give 50 quid for half hour just talking about the life stories. I did, no, I didn't do that.
Give him 50 quid,
no, I had to.
Huh?
There were some mental ones. The one when that guy, he went up to a flat to go out with a little chat. And he looked at the flat was stinking. And he looked closer to her, he thought, oh, she's not nice. He said, I'm sorry for this, he said. But he took her off the street, didn't he? So he went back to his car. And when he was in the car, she smashed the car out, pulled his wing mirrors off. Ariel beat in the car. There was a local woman as well, wasn't there? But did she appear in the book in the end? Or was going low? No, she came to my house, good friend of mine, lovely girl. Yeah, nice girl. And she'll tell you, she made the Sunday newspapers, didn't she? Yeah. She came to my house, sat down, I put the tape recorder on. Yeah. And then the phone went, I should go. Oh, so I never got to interview her. She didn't go in the book in the end. And she would have been my story. What was your most favourite book to write? And what sold the most? Well, that's the score, right? They all sold, as you know, really well, right? Done well, yeah. But I like the Ben, like the Street Fighter one, meeting all the people, like. Yeah, it was a good one. And I tell you what, I could write Street Fighter 2. That's my next question. Would you write any more books? I write things for people, I write stories people when they ask me. And some people have actually took stuff off my book, out my books. They've asked them, can I have their story? I said, just take it. I had 2 people. Yeah. One's a Murphy as well. He writes books. You ended up running the Roy Shaw website. Yeah. I ended up going up to his house with you numerous times. How did this come about? How did Roy ask you? Of all people in the UK? I was doing Roy's website for him. He asked
Yeah, but how did it come about it? Because you was doing a licence 2000.
Yeah, but I was doing licence 2000. And Roy Shaw's, the guy who's writing for Roy Shaw, the youngster, asked my phone number. So I gave him the phone number. He said, look, he said, I haven't got time to do Roy Shaw's website anymore. He said, will you be able to do it? I said, I can't come up there every week to interview him. He said, no, do the interview on the phone, ask him the questions the members of the site will want to hear. Right. And then I said, all right. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. Not only will I write up the questions every week, but you know the repetitive questions that people ask all the time, like, how many times did he fight Lenny McLean? What happened? Yeah. I'll get them answered. I'll put them on permanent on the site. Right. So people can't keep asking the questions about Roy. So I went up there, me, you and Stephen, we showed us his car, his house, was lovely. Right, Rottweilers, yeah. So we went in the back room, his computer, I got a photograph of me and Roy Shaw's computer. I sat down in a low armchair, like a low chair, in the back room it was. You sat and Steve sat behind him, and he was in front of me. Now, it's something a lot of people don't know about, I can see you smiling now. This is really embarrassing. Something people don't know about Roy Shaw. Roy Shaw is very well built.
He is known to do a few party tricks in his time, but...
Well, Roy, he puts a cigar up there, and he walks out with a cigar.
Yeah.
Anyway, Roy gets up to tell me his fight story. And he likes to demonstrate, he's one of them. Now, Roy was wearing jogging bottoms with no pants on. Yeah. So, he throws a left hook, so he's above my head now, throwing hooks. I guess over him like that. Yeah. And every time he throws a punch, this freaking dick, like some of Star Wars.
Hello.
I'm like, he's stuck in it, not his hands. Like that. He was just, he took my head off.
I was inches away from fucking knocking him out, like.
Roy, when he goes, listen son, he said, I won't hit you for the world. I won't hit you for the world. I said, Roy, he said, it's on your hands, I'm worried about it, I can take punches all day. It's that freaking thing. He took my, and you beat him trying to hold your breath.
He's crying, mate.
And he took my head off.
He laughed his head off, but you could see where Roy was something there in the eyes, and you could see he was fucking, he was a real deal, wasn't he?
I liked Roy, I did like Roy.
Yeah, you said you run his site.
He used to phone me up. I'd phone him up, hey Roy, got time to answer these? Yeah, no problem. He'd answer
a lot of time for you, didn't he?
He was a nice guy. Charles Bronson was the best.
Go on.
When I was friendly with Charles Bronson before he got really ill, I used to send him stuff like pens. Anyway, send him a letter and he'd send me one back. Yeah. But he'd do a drawing with it on the back of a card, like, right? Right. So I had a pile of them. Did I ever give you any?
No, you sold them.
Right. So years later, I'd stopped bothering him. Yeah. I just stopped, I was ill and everything. So I went and sold them on the internet. I used to get £300 a time. Yeah. Remember that? I had a big pile of £300 a time.
You had some good
I had some money in that.
Do you ever regret it? No.
Yeah, sort of. My daughter's got one.
Yeah.
Which, when we went up to his mother's house Aberystwyth, he wanted to say thank you to me. Well, obviously he can't say. So he asked me about my daughter. I said my daughter's name is Vicky. Yeah. And I said she's got a big scruffy dog, Snap, who she loves, she loved him to pieces. Yeah. My daughter's a good girl, both my daughters are good girls, right? Yeah. And I told him all about her. And then his card came. Yeah. Big and like that. It's back of a car, my daughter, and Snap. Oh, right. The dog, and all writing on it. And I think she still got that, it's worth the money again. Yeah.
So you didn't sell that one?
No, she still got it.
Yeah. You then ended up moving from the Gurners, finally got out of there, down to town, and you had a funny experience. You seen out the bedroom window?
Oh, I seen. I was in bed about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's always about 3 o'clock in the morning with me.
It's a funny time, 3 o'clock, I think.
I get a lot of time. Yeah, it's always about that time.
Yeah.
And I woke up. Opposite my house, Steve's garage on Brecon Road. And he got a big shutter.
Yeah.
And I can hear somebody rattling the shutter. Now I don't think Steve knows this, but I look at his garage whenever you hear a noise in case of scumbags, right?
Yeah.
So I got up and I start naked. I go up the window. And what had happened, a woman and her husband had been to a fancy dress.
Yeah.
So she was still dressed in the costume.
Right.
And everything she had on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we are now. And the husband had said, I want to go for a piss.
Yeah.
So fair bit, he went off. So she leans on the shutter, and the shutter rattles, because she's drunk,
Yeah.
and it's moving under the body.
Yeah.
So 3 o'clock in the morning, I do have my eyes, and I peek through the blinds. There's a French prostitute.
Right.
A French prostitute.
All right,
outside my window, with a big yellow bow on, suspender belts on, leaning against the things, but she got her hand on her hip, and because the shutter's in, she goes like, actually, I'm telling you now, she went like that.
Yeah.
And of course, I looked up, I looked down like that, and she was doing this because the shutter was moving.
Yeah.
Like that. And I was looking down. Huh?
Yeah.
I could not take that. I thought she was a French prostitute. I was like, I thought I was dreaming. It was absolutely nuts. Did I ever tell you what the, what happened to tape recorder?
No. Go on. May have, but...
Right, I was learning Japanese. So I put on my tape recorder, the voice one, put earphones on, and I'd listen to it on the way to work.
Yeah.
Bit of Japanese, because I work with Japanese people.
Yeah.
Well, I then couldn't sleep at night, so what I done, I downloaded this whale singing. All these whales singing to each other, you know.
Alright, yeah.
I know, but it wrecked. So I thought I'd try that, but I put it on before the Japanese lessons, right?
Yeah.
So I went to bed, pitch black in the bedroom now, put the earphones on, I'm listening to these whales singing, and I do nod off, I actually do.
Yeah.
You could hear, you know, or there's some music or something, whales talk, singing to each other, underwater, and I fall asleep. Well, an hour or so later, the whale singing stops,
Yeah.
and it goes into Japanese lessons.
Right.
So I'm in bed now, and I forget I got the earphones on because I've been sleeping. I forget I got a tape recorder beside me. And all I heard in the bedroom, pitch black bedroom, which I thought was coming from the corner of the bedroom, watashi wa, go ga, watashi wa.
Yeah.
So this Japanese guy talking. So he jumps up. I think, I'm going to fight this Japanese guy in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Like that. And then I realised, right then,
Yeah.
I'm going to retard myself, and I...
Few years later, you continued to work in factories. You were helping out adults and kids, which you've done all your life in boxing classes.
Boxing classes, yeah, teaching.
Then you got involved in some DVD fraud and ended up in prison. How did this come about, and how did you find prison?
I had a DVD business. I was going great. Lovely. So I built this alcove now, with a secret shelf door, which I could put all these files in. I had thousands of copied films over the years, right? Somebody'd ask, I'd give people lists, they'd ask for them, I'd make them, couple of sec, brilliant. I had the money come in all the time, loads of money. So,
Well, I remember you offered me to join you, and
he said no.
I said no.
I'm not involved.
I know this is going.
You look exactly so I don't trust you.
Yeah.
You get me involved with something. Like that betting thing, remember? That betting thing I did?
Yeah.
I said, we'll bet on his horses and when we lost on your money.
Casino online.
And you went after that.
Guaranteed.
You went after that way.
You worked it all out, and we lost money that night. And
I said, if you lose, don't take offence to it.
Yeah.
You lost and you called me rotten. Yeah. Anyway.
Go back to DVD fraud.
DVD fraud. So I discovered, so I had all the CDs out one night, all in files in the kitchen, right? So I look, I'm sitting there now, going on afternoon shift, and I look at the telly, I'm watching telly, drinking my tea. I look at the window, there's a copper, and the guys from the, what are they from?
I know, yeah.
Or the DVD guys, right? Outside the window, holding this,
Warrant
court order up.
Yeah.
So I drink it, I got the lumber, nothing to do there.
Yeah. You knew what it was, Louis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I shouted to Fiona, I said, Fiona! She says, what? I said, the guy's here for, oh, what do you call it? Anyway.
I know, it'll come to me now.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
She said, I said, the guys here have the DVDs and that. She goes, oh no, never.
Yeah.
I guess up, put my cup in the kitchen, I looked like that, and she'd left all the files out like that. Big pile of them, all full.
Yeah. They would have found
No,
them.
I know, but I thought they cut the garden.
Yeah.
So I said, it's always put them away in a hidey hole.
Yeah.
Because they cut the garden down a minute, they didn't come up. I could have got away with it all.
No, never. All right.
Opened the door to him, and I said to the guy, I said, listen, I said, my daughter's upstairs, boys. You can search your house, no problem. My daughter's upstairs. Do you mind if I go tell her what's happening?
Yeah.
The guy said, no problem, he said. No problem. Go up, he said.
Yeah.
I ran up past my daughter's bedroom, up
Yeah.
the attic, and I pulled hard drives out. And
Yeah.
all I had 3 computers, all banged them out all day.
Yeah.
So I pulled the hard
I
drives
remember the
out.
setup you had.
Yeah, chucks him and the thing, and I put false hard drives in.
Yeah.
Oh, otherwise you'd be done a lot.
Yeah.
So it turns out I'm going to court. So
How long's you locked up then? Just over a couple of hours.
No,
Yeah.
months.
No,
I just
when
wanted-
they took you that
Did
day.
you lock me?
I didn't take you.
No, just did
They
charge
just
me.
took the stuff.
They didn't charge me really. It wasn't like a police thing.
All right.
I remember the copper saying to me, Julian, he said, I'm leaving these 3 with you,
Yeah.
and I'm only leaving them because there's 3 of them and there's 1 of you. So don't
Yeah.
go turning them, because I said, listen, I said,
Yeah.
if I wanted to, I could do the 3 more.
Yeah.
And I said, but I wouldn't. I've been caught.
Yeah.
I'm happy, right?
Take it like that.
So yeah, you take this as it comes, on your chin. So I went to sisters, and the sister said, I said to him, will they take the house off me and everything?
Yeah.
My own house. And he said, no, they will not touch your house.
Yeah.
Your money in the bank, they will not touch any of it. Now, this was 6 months before I got to court.
Yeah.
Right? Last week, before I got to court,
Yeah.
he says to me, do you remember when I told you what you won't get done for losing your house and they won't take your money, all your money off you?
Yeah.
I said, aye. He said, oh, I made a mistake there. He said, they will.
Oh.
I thought, well, you told me that 6 months ago. I could have sold the house.
Yeah.
Gone. You know what I mean? No, he didn't, right? So I was in court and they sent me away for a couple of months to Swansea and then up to England. I can't remember it. Do you remember the name of one in
I
England?
can't remember.
I was up there, open prison hours as well.
Ask, is it? Ask.
No, it's a prison now, a man.
Oh, prison, yeah.
Right? Some shape.
Yeah.
So I goes up there and that's when I done that guy's neck.
Yeah.
Remember I hit him, he got buried with shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
I told you that story, right?
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Right.
With Boston.
So I came out.
How did you find prison?
Oh, easy.
Easy?
Easy.
No fights, no
for me,
trouble?
For me.
Got on with everyone?
Yeah, I got on with most people, I had to hit 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But what I used to do, I was a stupid bastard. I used to do gardening. And I was starving all the time, right? You don't have food. So I noticed there was fag nips everywhere, with tobacco in.
Yeah.
And I used to get matchboxes and
Right.
fill them up with tobacco from
Right.
the fag nips, right? Not nice. I used to wash my hands, of course, right?
Yeah.
And then I used to sell, give it to one of the guys, and I'd say, I'll have your puddings all week.
Yeah.
Where I have a couple of these boxes full. So I remember the screw come to the end of the table, all these boys eating food. And as I eat my food, finish my food, a
Yeah.
dish will come down the table to me.
Yeah.
With my pudding and custard in it. So I'd eat it, put that aside, another dish will come down. I'd eat it like that. I can remember the screw looking at me, thinking, what the frick is going on there? So I'd explain to him. He didn't,
Yeah.
he didn't mind it all right.
But,
So I came out, didn't I? I came out of prison.
yeah.
Lovely people in my old job, right?
Yeah.
I won't say name, right? Lovely people in my old job, and the bosses kept my job open for me. Which I thought was really, really nice of them, right?
Yeah.
So I went back to court. I'm standing there in court, and the guy.
So they sent you to prison.
Yeah, but I've
For
got
the
compensation
thing.
now. I got paid
But
back
now
money.
you've got to pay the
Oh
money,
yeah.
right?
So I'm standing there in court now.
Right.
Oh no. I'd say yes. You can cut this out if you want, right?
Yeah.
They were porn films, which I've never watched a porn film in my life. I've always been proud of drugs in it.
Yeah. All right.
And
yeah.
porn film.
No, we all believe it.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Right.
So I was there now, standing up, and this guy gets up from the other side at the end of this court case.
Yeah.
He says, Your Honour, I'd just like to say some of the films that he'd been selling.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, he'll go on to like, Die Hard or some stupid thing like that,
Yeah.
And he went, Bangkok Chicky Boys. I thought, and everyone started turning around looking at me. He said, Shaving Ryan's Private. And the worst one of all. This is when everyone just stared at me, and I guess I could only do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I've never watched one. I've never watched one. The guy said, up the Arizona dirt track. Right?
Yeah.
And I just stand there. Like, they all looked at me. Judge went off, came back. He said, I'm sentenced you to a couple months prison. And a fine of, which could be paid in one lump, not like weekly or monthly.
Right.
And I know a tattoo of this on my arm to make sure I never get in trouble again. I've always said I'm going to get a tattoo there. 14,527 quid. And I had to pay her in one lump.
Shit.
One lump I had to pay her in.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
do you have so much time to pay it back in, or?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
the guy said, also, Your Honour, he's got £400 in his bank account, Your Honour, as well. I have to pay them help with the mortgage and everything.
Shit.
Bastard he was. The bastard.
So now we're up to 2014, you get into rushed to the hospital again, you're thinking you're having a heart attack, and then when they send you for a scan, it gets a lot worse. When they notice you got...
Are you telling this story?
No, I'm reading it off a thing.
Because you've gone on for ages. I may as well go out and come back.
Well, and then they find out you got an inoperable brain tumour. What was your first thoughts on finding out the bad news?
Right. So anyway, what happened to me now? I'm in the house, and my feet, again, it's always my feet. My feet are warm in bed, and I feel restless, and I should be sleeping now, restless.
Yeah.
I get up, and all of a sudden my chest is hurting, not my chest. My neck, I said, my neck was really hurting bad.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd pull something, somehow, sleeping or whatever, and then the pain doubled.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, it's not. So I got up, collapsed to the floor, stark naked.
Right.
Fiona walks in the bedroom because she's watching telly. I'm down to her apartment. She walks into the bedroom, and I'm there, crouched over, my arse in the air, stark naked.
Sure.
That must have been a sight for her.
Yeah.
And then I said to her, look, you're going to phone the hospital for an ambulance. I said, I'm going to get nasty with the things I'm saying because I'm in so much pain.
Yeah.
So I managed to get dressed, so she everything dressed, phones an ambulance, ambulance on his way, and the pain doubles again.
Yeah.
It was this side, remember now? And it
Right.
doubles the minute, it went up again. It went to a point of, I was going to go out.
Yeah.
Got to the hospital, they wind me all up, and then MRI, I think they MRI me, done something anyway. And then they took me up to the ward upstairs.
Yeah.
It's like a serious, there's this place, all these people. And eventually they came over and said, yeah, you got a brain tumour.
Yeah. So how did you feel? Well, this is the end of it?
Or? My kids.
Yeah.
My kids I was worried about.
Yeah.
My missus shammed herself, but my kids, I was really worried about them.
Well, so the next few years then...
Do you remember what happened?
Go on.
When was it last thing in the hospital there?
First time. Yeah.
Right. I was sitting there, lying there,
Yeah.
and a doctor came up. He said something to me. Oh, you can go now in about half hour. Oh, great. In the meantime, he got some medical report or something off the big guy. Right?
Right.
So the nurse comes, bottom of the bed, standing there.
Right.
He turns up, and this guy turns up. The guy sits in the end of my bed. Right. He sits at the end of my bed. The short guy, nice guy, very, very clever.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, he's sitting there, he said, Julian, I said, you got something bad to tell me.
Yeah.
Right. He said, how do you know that I got something bad to tell you?
Yeah.
I said, the guy there told me it's right for me to go home.
Yeah.
And he's now got a red face.
Yeah.
And he's shuffling around awkward. The nurse who I talk to every day is now looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Right? Trying to keep very professional.
Yeah.
And I said, and you were sitting on my bed. You never sit in people's beds. You never see that, do you?
Yeah.
I said, you do one-on-one close-up. You come tell me something. He said, yeah, you got a inoperable brain tumour. That's going to kill it.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. I got brain tumour.
Like I said, that was 2014. The next few years, you just got on with
Well,
it. Back and forth, lost.
They told me at 5 years.
Yeah.
Which, when I went to Vlinda then,
which is 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at then after 5 years, I went to Vlinda, and they told me, out of the tumours, the tumour I got, there's two versions of it. The slow and the fast.
Right.
You've got the slow one, he said. Yeah. So you probably got another 2 years, which is 9 months ago, something like that, whatever.
Yeah. Then about a year ago, we're on about 2019 now, you went for a straightforward operation. Was a biopsy, something on the, just to check it?
I went for a biopsy.
And you ended up dying on the operating table.
Right.
So what happened there?
My missus still says this, I didn't die. But all the rest of my family, the doctor tell me, you
Yeah.
died. We brought you back, we kept you alive. They kept, how they done it, I don't know, right? Anyway, I was coming down the corridor now for the operation. I was laughing and joking with everyone going past, you know, anything I see funny because I'm a dickhead. And because I told you, once I got diagnosed, I said I'm not going to anybody anymore. I'm not going to in any trouble.
Yeah.
I said I'm going to laugh and joke right to the end. And so I goes down the corridor, and I see this male nurse, you know, and I put my hand out, he slaps my hand like that, hey, honest, interesting, guy gives me an injection, right back, big guy, alright, how you doing? Great stuff, man.
Yeah.
So I actually wake up now, sitting up in this special corridor room, ward, right, where people are recovering from operations.
Yeah.
So I wake up, and it's 3/4 sausage roll in my hand, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that. So I still got it on my hand. I don't need all through this now. I don't put it down.
Yeah.
So I look like that, and two nurses on the bottom. There's Dobie and there's one at the bottom. They stick their heads inside us like that, and everyone goes, "That's him there." But me,
Yeah.
up at top door in, two doctors and two nurses come in, and they were pretending to come in because they were out the other door, straight out the other door. They were looking at me like this,
Yeah.
and this went on for a while. I thought, what the frick is going on there? Next day, all my family come in, and they were like, staring at me.
Yeah.
Thought,
But I
right.
popped down 2 hours because that afternoon he was serious. I mean, he was life or death. And then I popped down at 7 o'clock in the night and he was like normal eating food in the
sausage
bed. Like,
roll. So I eat the sausage roll, so my family come in, all around me. My daughter Nikki sits beside me. And she goes, how are you feeling, Dad? I said, oh, great. I said, I woke up with a sausage roll, very lovely. She said, is you feeling right, Dad? I said, yeah. She said, Dad, you died.
yeah.
I said, what are you on about? You died. She said, when we came here, we were sitting down waiting for you.
Yeah.
To go to the operation and that. And they were trying to phone us on the phone, panicking.
Yeah.
So one of them said, so I think if I remember right, one of them said, sorry, we the Davies family.
Yeah.
Oh, you are Julian? Yep. Come with me. They took him to like a church place.
Right.
With all religious, not religious things, but things like,
Scary.
you know, like granddad walking off into the sunset and stuff like that,
Yeah.
with pictures everywhere. And Nikki said to Fiona, Mum, this is where you said you when your family members die. And she said, oh, this is stupid. Like that. She had a look around, I guess, and they all start. Doctors come in. Oh, we're awful sorry what happened. What happened in the operation, I guess. And Christy, what I said, tell us, is he alive or dead?
Yeah.
Right? I think he had meant to be dead, actually. And they said, oh no, he's alive now.
Yeah.
He's alive.
Yeah.
So, I said, what do you mean? She said, Dad, you died. I said, how can you die? I'm still here.
Yeah.
Next thing, these three top, you know, they got all the theatre stuff on, mask,
Yeah.
down like this. And they were really, really top guys.
Yeah.
And the one guy's, Davis, the operation wasn't a success, and I'd like to apologise to you about what's happened. The next one said, anaesthesia, sorry, he said, Mr. Davis, I'm very sorry for what's happened. And the woman, female on the end, she was good as well. She said, I'm awful sorry what happened. And we said, well, what happened?
Yeah.
She said, we spent 2 hours, you died. And we spent 2 hours trying to keep you alive. My missus this day said I didn't die.
Yeah.
I even talked to doctors since then who said, yes, you did die.
Yeah.
So they kept me here. And then that's what happened. I had died.
Yeah.
And that's why all these people look at me going past, that's the guy who died to come back.
Yeah.
Because what it is, and I found out what it was. On the other side, the devil doesn't want me, and God doesn't want me.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I'm still here.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So I went down, I had another biopsy, a couple of 3 weeks later. I don't know if you remember, I told you this. This time it was different. None of the old laughing and joking going on the corridor.
Yeah.
Right? And I see this big guy, the big guy, who was operated. I said, you done it last time. He said, oh, you'd already jumped up. I said, what do you mean jumped up? He said, yeah, we couldn't bring you back.
Yeah.
And he said, you jumped up going mad. I said, serious? You sleep, jumped up going crazy. And he said, so big guy, I had to lie across you, drove me down, he said. But he's a nice guy, he was.
Recently lost 4 stone to the chemo.
Chemotherapy went right down.
Starting to put weight back on, obviously.
Back up now a little bit.
How was it, and what's the latest update on the tumour like?
Well, that's it. I got the tumour. I'm not any more treatment, only for seizures. I started with seizures standing up or in the middle of a conversation and then come back out and not realise I just had a seizure.
Yeah.
And in trouble with that, with anesthesia, when you come out, you start talking gobbledygook.
Yeah.
Like, well, I said, just say something like, oh, the Flintstones, yeah, no. Like that.
Yeah.
With my family, I had one last night actually, in Taj Mahal. Nobody else see it, only my wife.
Yeah.
But and then I had one in the kitchen standing up, and this was happening, mum seizures now, and I got medicine for it. And that's it. I got treatment for the seizures and nothing else can do for me. I'm dying, get on with it.
A few years ago, I came up with the idea, what we did, about starting the Juggy and Cheryl show.
And
You wouldn't do it.
No.
And why wouldn't you do it first of all?
Well, I wouldn't do it, right? 'Cause I don't want people to think I'm a bit of a knob. Right? There's enough people think I'm a bit of a knob anyway. But and then I realised I had nothing to do with my granddaughter. Nikki's pregnant.
Yeah.
No, right? Or no, she wasn't pregnant then. Said I knew that somewhere along the line she's gonna have a baby, and then Nikki actually after that.
Yeah.
So I thought, if he do his videos, they got something they can show him later on in life. This was your granddad. He's not. You can see him fighting. You can see him in the bodybuilding show, and then him and his mate having a laugh. And there's so many videos.
Yeah.
So I just say to her, just make have a laugh.
Well, we've done 33 videos now. Thousands of views. Last video had 10,000 views.
And you threw a bucket of paint over me.
I was just going to say, that's probably my favourite moment.
Yeah, not my favourite.
What was your favourite episode?
That wasn't funny. Do you know you done that? That was really what. Do you know what?
Oh, I was. Everyone's laughed at it, so...
They have. I haven't laughed at it.
What was your favourite episode of film?
I like the one when I was dressed as a vicar.
Right.
And we filmed me, if I remember how I've done this now. Right. You came to the house.
Yeah.
And you said, Jug, I just seen you up in Abergavenny, he's a vicar.
Yeah.
But I had longer hair, curly longer hair. Because we filmed it back to front. Yeah. And then I think I shaved, had my hair cut short, dressed as a vicar, proper dress as a vicar, and so you followed me round, where was it, Brecon?
Brecon,
Right?
everywhere.
You followed me down Brecon, filming me, saying, that's Juggy, he was a vicar. With glasses on. So when we played it, people believed he was another guy who looked like me.
Yeah.
And they said, Juggy, I look so... I said, I saw, I'll go around, that's nothing like me. How many people got sucked into that? So later on then, we thought, oh, let's come up with this.
People used to mess with me and say that,
Yeah,
man, that's Juggy.
He's a vicar. So, I had a satchel as well or something, I was carrying something on my shoulder down there. That's it. So, couple months later, I thought, oh, we can't keep going on with this now. So I dressed as a vicar and we went out for a day, didn't we?
Yeah, we done that.
Remember?
Video.
And I found that every time I went to, I proved it here.
Yeah.
Every time I went to a cafe or anywhere,
Greg's,
I'd go in, any different places, I won't say Greg, not Greg, but different places, and I'd ask you what you want,
yeah.
and I'd come back, and I'd have twice as much. And you'd say, where do you get that from? I said, they give it to me in the shop. They would give me twice as much stuff for half as much money.
Yeah.
So we had a great day, didn't we?
2018, I got you a part in a film, My Name is Lenny.
I was in the Lane McLean film, yeah.
Funny story behind it all, though. You want to tell people?
No, I can't remember it.
Huh?
The bird?
No, when we went up there on the shaving part.
You bastard. You bastard.
Basically, Anne told you that we had to look like 70s porn stars with goatees and beards.
You didn't.
Moustaches, wasn't
I
it?
had a nice beard come in, it was great, great. And then we'd up there sitting down waiting, get dressed. They would get all 70s clothing and stuff like that. So the woman said, right, you next. So I thought, oh God, sat down, done my hair a little bit, and then she gave me a razor. So what's that for? She's going to shave everything off, bar the moustache. I put a bit of fat on, you know I was training on it, I was a bit bloated. So if you see me, it takes a while to lose me. And I said, oh, so what do you mean, love? I said, a beard. She said, yeah, you're going to cut that off the show. The film. Oh no. So I said, love, so she cut it for me, she shaved me, remember?
Yeah.
The moustache, she dyed my moustache black. And you were 4 seats down, and you pissed yourself, I can remember you laughing out loud.
Yeah.
And I went back, and you did whatever done with you, he sat you down, all these guys, And I walked back up and I was staring at you like this.
Yeah.
And you said, alright? And I said, you pricks, got something to do with you, haven't it? And this big stupid fucking moustache down here, right? And I said, I'm telling you now, as long as I'm in on this planet, I'm going to give you back for that. And I will give you back for that.
We had a few travels in.
Remember the bird? The
try
bird.
and go to
No,
sleep.
forget about that. Remember the bird?
No. Go on.
Halfway through filming, we were outside, all the actors and everything.
Yeah.
One of the guys was in the X-Men as well.
Right.
Yeah. And we were all outside, like I lined up, the sunny lovely side day. And I look up this tree. I said, sure.
No.
I says, where we? That bird, that parrot, that bird up in the tree. I was right up in the tree, it was a parrot.
Right.
And everyone was looking like this. And you said, where's that tree? And there's two trees. But the one tree, there was a rag, red rag hanging.
Yeah.
And in front of it, we went, you stupid idiot, that's a red rag, ha ha. I said,
right.
That's the wrong tree, sure. That's the tree there. That's the yellow parrot, and it was a parrot.
I remember after filming, we drove through London and you gone tired, you gone to sleep. And I remember I was about 50 miles per hour, lost. And then I hit the bump, pretended we'd crashed. I didn't give you a fucking heart attack.
And you give me an heart attack,
But,
yes.
Yeah, it was a good thing, good
Oh,
crack
yeah,
with
but the
it.
crack is, do you remember I was writing the book, so we travel over the country?
Yeah.
I had to pay for all the food.
Yeah, so you should.
I've never thought how much money I spent on food.
Yeah, probably more than made for the
It's not
book.
as if you eat salad sandwiches there.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one time
Here we go.
in that big
Service station.
service station?
I know where this is going.
Yeah. And they had fastened the seats to the floor.
Yeah.
With like a gap between them. So I was getting served.
Yeah.
And I looked like that because it was empty, wasn't it? Early in the morning.
Yeah.
And there's this man and his son are staring on my shoulder, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, alright. So I turned like that. And you tripped over sideways. How you done it? I don't
Fucking
know.
wedged, I couldn't get out.
You had arms on the side.
Yeah.
And you went down that way. I still can't understand how you done that. And you were like a sea lion trying to get out. I just kept staring at you.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Absolutely. You stuck out, weren't you?
Anyway, it's not about me, it's about you. You recently become a grandfather. How you finding it?
Oh, she's lovely. Absolutely beautiful. She's very intelligent little kid. She's only a couple months old. Very intelligent, but.
Yeah.
And she was born the week I come off chemotherapy.
It's mad, isn't it?
So I started recovering as well, you know what I mean?
I've only seen her once because of this COVID shit, but hopefully see her soon, like. But so grandfather's going alright, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Do you have anything on the bucket list? I know you mentioned doing a comedy stand-up routine in the
I
past.
don't mind doing stand-up. I write comedy, don't I? I write jokes.
Yeah. You do get a lot of feedback on your jokes on the internet. Some are close to the bone, I fancy. But,
I know. Yeah, a bit.
Right,
I
so
don't write all of them.
Huh?
I don't write all of them.
No,
There's some I find, but there's some, the ones I write, in between, like.
you also get a lot of shit for you with flat earth posts and I don't know
And
mention that. Like,
explain.
what's your version of the flat earth, Jack? Go on.
I got no version at all.
No.
I'm keeping out of it, right?
But you share it every time.
Can you shut up?
Go on.
Right.
I'm asking questions.
Years ago, there was a thing about flat earth came up, and I put it on the internet, just for crack, just added it, right? So one of my mates started arguing about it.
Yeah.
Graham, my mate, Juggy, there's no such thing as a flat earth. I said, I never said it was a flat earth. I just put out what this thing that somebody said on their website. So I've been doing it every couple of weeks. I put something to flat earth.
Oh, it went to
People argue, they send me messages, Jug, how can you believe in it?
Yeah.
And I said, I never said I believe in it.
But my question is, why don't you share the round earth ones posts?
I do.
You do as
haven't
well.
read them, yeah.
I probably haven't
I
seen
put
them.
that, the ones to prove the earth is round. They never say anything about them. Nothing about them at all. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
My mate Boris, he plays out about it. Because
I know, yeah.
I'm a mate Kevin Argus.
Yeah.
Kevin Argus, they Jug out.
Daily, yeah, I just
Daily
like them
brilliant.
all, don't I?
Brilliant.
Right, before we wrap this interview up, back to see you saying quick fire round. I'll say
A
you
quick fire.
quick fire, just say a few words. I'll say your name, just give me a few words about them. Chosen your book Street Fighters. Off we go, Malcolm Price.
Malcolm Price, very hard man. And a lot of people didn't know about Malcolm Price. He loved birds.
Brian Cockrell.
Wait a second. My father first knew Malcolm well. He used to drink up Tavnica. He said to me, he said, when I was young, he said, I was walking to Crawford Park. I used to work on farms, my father. and this boy in a tree, in the bushes. And he said to my father, shh, quiet, he said, look. He says, now, Malcolm loved birds. He'd go out on his own.
Yeah.
I can remember saying to Malcolm said, I got some bird books in the house, real brand new, you can have them. And Malcolm said, no. I said, why? He said, there are hundreds of people keep bringing them to me, he said.
Yeah.
I love Malcolm.
Brian Cockrell.
Brian Cockrell could have been the world's strongest man. Really could have. He had a problem with his knees, so someone happened to him.
Yeah.
And he said, I always thought Brian could have been up there. He was really, really strong man, Brian. And, like all of them, a gentleman to me, and to you.
Yeah. Decker Simpkin.
Big Decker. Love Decker. His bouncing stories are absolutely amazing. And I got some photographs of you and him posing in the garden.
Yeah.
And I like them. They're really good photographs there.
Richard Osley.
Richard's lovely. Gentleman. Hard man. Gentleman. You got a bellowing laugh, you know. Yeah, he's just a really nice guy, Richard.
Barty Goldman.
My mate. Good guy. He won't. Strange thing about Bartley, right? When he said he wanted me to go to America with him, not you. Nobody wanted you to go to America, just me. Remember that? Always remember that.
Yeah.
And Bartley said, the caravan he was living. I'll tell you another story about it right now. And he had a statue of a head. He said, look, this sculpture, outside the caravan showing me, he said, this is a sculpture of my head. Yeah. I can take it to the boxing academy in America or some boxing association. Yeah. They want me to take it over and I want you to come with me. So I said, yeah. And I'm on the way back in the car thinking, that was John Wayne. Yeah. That statue was John Wayne. He said, he's having me going. I should have said that earlier. He's having me going. Yeah. I don't know if you remember going on his farmhouse, because the farmhouse has been done up.
The well, yeah, big well, isn't it?
Do you want to spoil all my stories?
Oh, sorry. Go on.
She had a piece of wood in the middle of the living room in this house he was doing up. Yeah. Took the wood off, and there was this well going straight down. You can see it, all these block stones going all the way down, cut stones, right down to the well. Right down in this well, right down. Yeah. Cracking place like dead bodies. Really good. Right? So he said to me, I'm going to have to fill this in, he said. I don't know how to do it. So yeah. I said to him, don't do anything. Get some lights, like Christmas lights, put them all the way down there. Leave them hang right down. Attach your get somebody to go down, because it's like that. Get them up, lay them on it. Yeah. And so when you look down, turn the lights on at night, turn the lights off at night, look down there, it's all lit up. He said, yeah, but people are falling. I said, no. Go to B&Q, get them glass blocks, make a table out of it. A dining table, or whatever. And he always shook my hand now, and he said, I never thought of that, and it's a good idea. Yeah.
Right, last but not least, Big Shirl.
You read my book?
I know I went in your bastard book. I mean,
I didn't like to ask you. You've been so nice to me.
Ah, exactly. Ran you everywhere. When were you everywhere? Stop you crashing when you were sleeping at the wheel.
I bought you dinner.
Ah, I bought me dinner.
Just because you
a lot more.
You like paid for petrol because you wanted to meet these guys.
Ah, exactly. Yeah, you know.
And since when have you been? Since when have you been one of them anyway?
Oh,
you.
Oh, I've knocked out more people than I was in your book.
These school kids trying to get in the club.
Ah, school kids. Here we go again.
15 years old.
Yeah.
I'll tell my dad that you want to get home.
Tell me next I'm on steroids again.
Don't. I've warned you about taking steroids. Keep off steroids.
Right, yeah.
Keep off steroids.
I've had enough now.
No. You said your exact words were, I will buy you dinner if you do this interview. Yeah. And I'll give you 20 quid. Right, exact words you said, you bastard.
Catch you later.
You bastard.
Right, on a serious note, it's been a pleasure, Jug.
It hasn't been a pleasure. You owe me dinner.
Thank you very much.
Dinner.
Bye.